overall pick in tomorrow's NFL draft. A watch party is going to be held at State Farm Stadium. The Diamondbacks going for the series win against the Royals in today's finale. Zach Gallen will get the ball. The Suns' 50-point third-quarter explosion, led by Devin Booker's 25, led them to a Game 5 win over the Clippers, and they'll now face Denver in the Western Conference semifinals. Game 1 is Saturday. Last time the Suns met the Nuggets in the postseason, 2021, they swept Denver 4, highlighted by Nikola Jokic's Game 4 ejection. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
Now's your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, green. That's green. Enter it now at foxsports910.com.
This is the Parker & Sons Weather Center. For all your AC, plumbing, and electric needs, call Parker.
Nice day on tap for your Wednesday. Mostly sunny skies. Temperatures getting up to about 89 degrees. And then for tonight, clear skies with those temperatures dipping down to about 63 degrees. For the Fox 10 weather experts, I'm Ty Brennan.
This report is sponsored by Parker & Sons.
Parker & Sons, your AC, plumbing, electrical, and even water filtration experts. With Parker & Sons, you get service in minutes, not days. So call 602-2REPAIR for Parker. We're not your average Joe.
Okay.
Calling all sports with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Proudly sponsored by On Air Sports Marketing.
Yeah, I got it ready. I put the three cuts on the bottom of that first segment right there.
Make one call, that's all. 602-977-1900. And always online at lernerandrowe.com. Now time for Calling All Sports with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on Fox Sports 910.
You're live.
Hey, everybody, we say good afternoon to you on a beautiful Wednesday in the Valley of the Sun. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, with Jackson Ritchie. We are all having a party here at Wright Toyota in Scottsdale on Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard. They've got a great selection of pre-certified used cars. Also, they have brand new vehicles that are available as well. Manuch, this is one of your favorite spots.
Oh, absolutely. It is. Wright Toyota has been a sponsor for us for almost, I'm going to say, it'll be 19 years, gentlemen.
Wow.
In September, I think it's September 6th. And they've been a sponsor of ours for 16.
That's great.
17 of those 19 years to be. So love coming out here. Love looking at all these certified pre-owned vehicles. They got a going on.
I knew you were going to say that.
When it goes to certified pre-owned vehicles, outstanding 2023s that are out there on the lot as well, too. So anytime Roc and Manuch and Jimmy B are out here, just tell them, give us the Roc and Manuch and Jimmy B deal, and they'll take care of you.
Yeah, if you just tell them mine, they'll probably charge you more. But if you say Roc and Manuch, you'll get a good deal.
And too bad Kent, one of the fine salesmen, finance managers here, he's not here today. He's off.
I know. He's my boy.
He would I should go in there and talk to some of the peeps or buying a car, and I'd say, can you throw in the club? You can throw that bad boy in there. Just make sure there's no saws around to cut that thing off. So always love coming out here, right, Toyota.
All right, Richie, let's go.
Time for the top local and national stories of the hour. Powered by the Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona. Bet big on your favorite teams and players in an environment that's as exciting as the game you're watching. There's no better place in the Valley to get in on the action. The Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar. Now, guys, what's your top story this hour?
Well, I think it's a little basketball game that was played last night. And if you were there, great for you. If you don't get down to the arena to watch the Suns in live play, you can always go to the Casino, Arizona Casino, the sports bar, the sports book. It's all at the CAZ Sports Book and Sports Bar. They have all of the big screen TVs, great drink and food specials, and of course, with the sports book right there, you can put your wagers in. It's a great time for everybody. Once again, it's all at Casino, Arizona. All right, Manuch, I'm just going to sit here and say, well, yesterday we told everybody that the Clippers were not going to go away easy. You could not kill them. You cut the head off, they still kept coming at you. You know how they say a chicken with your head cut off? Okay, that was the Clippers because they were getting roasted with a 50-point third quarter, and still refused to quit.
Jax, I'm going to share this with you. Last night, I think the Suns were up by 45 points at one time or whatever it was.
But it was big.
So it was big. So they're up by 21 points, and all of a sudden, Jimmy texts me.
Yeah.
And I go, after the third quarter, I go, 50 points in a one quarter. Wow. So Jimmy comes back. So on Saturday, the Suns and Denver, that's going to be a 7-game series. I said, Jimmy, it's only the fourth quarter. He basically was cursing the fourth quarter for the Suns.
I was.
And I said, most likely, but I almost like, did he just throw the shebang curse at the Suns by getting way out in front? And sure enough, here they come. Here they come, scoring 36 points to the Suns, 25 points in that quarter. And that bad boy wasn't over. Wasn't over till the last minute of play.
That's right.
Your boy Batum, he couldn't miss. What, he hit 25 free-pointers after it's all said and done?
Look,
I didn't realize I knew he was a good shooter, but he got hot.
Yeah, well, what happened is Nicholas Batum has stunk up the joint in this series. He really has. And then all of a sudden, in the second half, he finds his shot and just starts draining everything, and they climb right back into it. Look, I am so impressed. And I know Sun fan, I know it should all be about the Sun. No, I'll get to the Suns in a second. I'm just so impressed. And I tip my cap to the players on the Los Angeles Clippers who never quit, didn't gripe, didn't whine that their two best players were not available to play, and left it all on the court against the Phoenix Suns. The Suns win and advance in 5 games.
Well, we said this yesterday,
We
guys.
did.
We said that, hey, look, can the Suns hang with the breakneck pace that we're probably going to see from the Clippers? We saw that. Sure enough, they outscore the Clippers 32-30. Missing was going back and forth, back and forth. By the way, did the Phoenix Suns call Amazon Prime and order offensive rebounding kits 101 and have them delivered over there to the footprint so I can take them when they go to Denver? You're going, could anybody? So 17 offensive boards.
I know.
You saw from the Clippers. And I went, uh-oh. Here we go again. Plumlee all over the place.
He's everywhere.
Matter of fact, there was a campfire smoldering underneath the defensive boards as he's going up. I couldn't believe it. But this thing was 70-61 at halftime. The Suns down by 6, about by 9.
They gave up 70.
I'm going, okay, is this an ABA game or is this a NBA game?
Yeah.
And they're down by 9. And when you watch the game, I was watching Valley Sports, K-Ray and Myers Drysdale, and you could see Booker walking off. And he had this look like, all right, okay, it's all good. We'll be fine. And he pretty much, came out and just guns a-blazing. And you could see it on his face walking into that locker room.
He was locked in.
He was locked in. But 70-61.
Wow.
And Monty probably had a few words because Monty doesn't use choice words like some of the other coaches would.
He might have then.
The message delivered to get the 50 points in that third quarter. Jimmy, I can't remember the last time I ever witnessed. I mean, you hear about it,
right?
50 points in one quarter, specifically with this Suns team in a playoff game. And I've never witnessed it because it's never happened. I've seen a guy, that being Devin Booker, have 25 points in a quarter and then get on a roll. You knew he was on a roll, but you didn't realize how many points he had until they started posting stuff. And I'm like, go for 30, go for more, do what you got to do. But man, you're right. This Clippers team, they took the pride factor to choice.
They did.
And this bench, you look at what they score, 55, 56 points
off the bench.
And Batum, I'm like, can somebody want to go out on him? and Bueller,
put a hand in his face.
And anybody want to go out there because he's hot?
Yeah.
And he hit 5 out of 8 3-pointers.
He just went off, Manuch. He really did. But like I said, I think all of us had, all three of us had this a 5-game series. And so that's the way that it ended. The same for the Denver Nuggets as they closed out Minnesota. And I'll tip my cap to the T-Wolves. On the road in the Mile High City in Denver, they did not quit in that game either and forced the Nuggets to play all the way to that 48-minute mark. So beginning Saturday, it is the Suns and the Nuggets, and I can't wait. That's a 7-game series as I look at it on paper. 7-game series.
Games. That might be a good prediction.
Yep.
Going back and forth, they got some big dudes down low, Jimmy.
Man, and they got Aaron Gordon who can guard KD. They've got Murray who is a terrific player as well. And of course, anytime you deal with a Joker, he's a triple-double waiting to happen. So this is going to be extremely interesting series. Going to be a different type of series. Remember we saw racehorse basketball?
Yeah.
This one will be a little slower.
Yeah, and you think of a couple years ago, and you think of that series that went down in the pike, the chippiness that we saw. But I just hope that they get some basic fundamentals of blocking out, getting some rebounding. But the bench, Jimmy, has got to step up. Campaign just looked totally out of sorts last night when he came in. I was surprised he played. There was some reports were out, some were questionable, but I think these few days of scrimmaging, getting him ready to go, is going to be a must for.
Well, they got to get him. They had to get him a few minutes. So, also, Jax was asking the question: why was Landry Shamet in the game? Is that the question?
Can you ask Tim Kempton that, please, when he comes out at 1:30? And
hey,
why Terrence Ross?
You know what, guys? Okay, here's the deal. He hit a very important 3-pointer.
He did
in the fourth quarter. I mean. The guy, as we were watching a little bit earlier, we were talking about he's become a construction manager because of all the condos he's been building out there.
Hello.
Hey, he hit the one. He hit the one shot.
Yeah,
that was huge to kind of get them a little breathing room from there.
Yeah. All right. Baseball, Royals and D-backs, they are playing a baseball game as we speak right now at Chase Field. Got the update.
0-0, bottom of the second, 1 out, and Carroll is currently up to bat.
Okay.
Here's the thing. They lose last night. They've now lost 5 out of 7 guys. Mm-hmm. Currently a half game out of first place.
Yeah.
Hey, we'll take it. But the concern is they lose 5-4 last night. Here they are trying to come back again. This team isn't a team that can make those comebacks night in and night out with this kind of pitching. I really believe that. So this is a game when you got to, at least if you can win the 2 out of 3 minute rubber match, got the day off tomorrow before the Colorado Rockies come in town. How about the Rockies come in town?
Yep.
Suns go visit Denver to take on the Nuggets.
There you go. Fair enough. The NFL draft is tomorrow, and right now the Cardinals maintaining that number 3 overall pick in the draft. Speculation, of course, is are they going to keep it and draft the player, or are they going to look to trade down? We'll get into all of that. There was a big story that took place today, and it was in New York City. You know where I'm going with this, because Aaron Rodgers has now made it official. He passed his physical and then met the news media in New York. Here's a couple of comments that he had. This one, how he's excited about the new digs and playing for Mean Green.
Aaron, do you think about what your legacy would be if you could win with this franchise that hasn't won since Super Bowl III?
Well, it'd be special for sure. I mean, I've definitely been a part of an incredible organization that has had a lot of success. 4 Super Bowls, 13 championships. This team has won 1 Super Bowl, and it's been a while. So to be a part of bringing things back would be incredible. I just think the excitement level is so high. I can feel it from my new team. They were, texting with me. I can see it in the fans, not just the Mike Greenbergs of the world, but everybody is excited about this. I am the same way. I can't wait. I just want to get going, and it's going to be an exciting journey.
And we'll play one more quick one here for you. Talking about Broadway, Joe Namath and the number 12 jersey. Here are his thoughts on that.
A lot of conversation about how you can elevate the Jets. You mentioned legacy earlier. What do you think that winning a championship for a New York franchise that hasn't won one in decades would do for your historical standing in the sport?
Well, I don't really know about the historical standing in the sport. I think more from this organization standpoint, it'd be really special. There's some iconic names that have played here, probably none more iconic than number 12. And I heard what he said about unretiring his number, but to me, 12 is Broadway Joe, and I didn't want to even go down that path. And
hey, good for him.
Yep.
Good for him. And we were we're going to track down Joe Willie Namath hopefully the next couple of weeks. He did get back.
Yep.
A good friend of mine knows him. He said, hey, tell the guys I'd love to come on, but he's slammed, as you can imagine.
Yep.
But that's it. And I think he may be going to the number 8, which the last great player that had number 8 was a kicker by the name of Nick Lowry.
Mm-hmm.
We'll catch up with Nick here at 2:15 and get his thoughts about the media and formerly number 12, now number 8, supposedly going to the New York Jets.
All right, everybody. It's our Valley Chevy Dealers Sounds of the Night. It is on the way in our next segment. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
It all starts April 27th.
Welcome, football fans.
3 days.
This is an exciting night.
259 names. And one place that will cover all the action. The first round kicks off at 5 p.m. right here on Fox Sports 910.
Tune in Mondays from 1 to 4 as Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B broadcasts live from the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. The Sportsbook at the CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona is sports fans' paradise. That's the guys, live every Monday from CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona.
It's Dom with Venezia's Pizzeria. We love providing great food for family gatherings, parties, even work meetings. And we make it simple.
We sure do, no matter what the occasion. At Venezia's, we make catering easy. You can see our entire catering menu online at venezias.com. Or let us know how we can help at one of our 6 locations, including the newest, now open in Chandler.
We'd love to bring Venezia's to your next party. Venezia's Pizzeria, a family tradition.
Wright Toyota, the #1 volume Toyota dealer in the state of Arizona, ensures you a buying experience that will exceed all your expectations. Check it out for yourself. Located just off the 101 on Franklin Wright Boulevard in Scottsdale and online at wrighttoyota.com.
Golfers, tee it up at Van's Golf Shops for the hottest new arrivals from Titleist. Check out the new Pro V1 golf balls designed for longer distance, more consistency, and unrivaled control. Swing by Van's Golf Shops and elevate your game with the new TSR Woods. Engineered faster, longer, and straighter. Come in and get custom fit for free today. Van's Golf Shops, home of the 90-day satisfaction guarantee, unmatched expertise, unmatched service.
Hey, sports fans, celebrate every big game with El Bandito Yankee, an ultra-premium tequila made from 100% Blue Weber agave in the highlands of Jalisco. Their certified additive-free Blanco and Reposado features a unique oxygenation process for a rich smoothness without that tequila burn. It's why they won platinum and gold medals and are now listed as one of the world's top tequilas by Rolling Stone. Head over to your local store, favorite bar, or restaurant in all 7 Barrio Queen locations. Go to elbanditoyankee.com and break out the Bandito with the official tequila of game day.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
Mentor Mornings, The Drive with Jody Ayler. Listen tomorrow, 6 to 10 on Fox Sports 910.
You're live. Hey, everybody, welcome back in. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910. We're hanging out at Wright Toyota today in Scottsdale. The crew is all here, and they would love to help you if you're looking for a used car or a brand new car. This is the spot right here. You get great customer service. It's all here at Wright Toyota.
Let me give you the proper vernacular.
Sure.
Certified pre-owned vehicle.
It's a used car.
Yeah, you don't say
Somebody
used car.
drove it.
Yeah. Certified pre, because they go through like about 9,000
I know they do.
thing.
I know.
But Jimmy, this is Wright Toyota. It's not that place down the street.
Jimmy B's.
Jimmy B's.
Junkyard
used car service. No, it's certified pre-owned vehicles. Use the proper vernacular, because there's a security guard right there.
Yeah,
and he's got his eye on you.
He's bigger than me too.
So get it right.
All right, fair enough. Hey, we want to remind you about our State 48 roofing question of the day, and here it is. For a free quote, repair, or installation, just head to state48roofing.com. You can always follow them on social media by searching #sexy roof status. And here's the question. Was Devin Booker's 25 third quarter outburst the best quarter you have ever seen by a Phoenix Sun in a playoff game? Two options. Yes, absolutely. No, Charles Barkley had many. You remember something.
Oh, I remember all of those games. I surely do. And I'll be curious to get the take from one Tim Kempton.
Yeah.
Suns radio color analyst going to join us here at 1:30. We're going to put him on the spot because he was front and center.
He was.
On that 92-93 team, 93-94 team. They went to the finals against the Bulls.
Mm-hmm.
The semis.
Yeah.
The semis where Houston beat them before Chuck moved on. But I will say this, Jimmy. That was one of those performances. You didn't want the quarter to end. I was just like, how many can he score, and how many points can this Suns team put? I was going, in a quarter, and you think back, it's very interesting. I think the all-time record, is 37 points, and I can't recall who that was. But
I think it's Klay Thompson.
It might be. Yes, you're right. Yeah, Klay Thompson, 37 points in a quarter. Wow.
Yeah.
And I think George Gervin had 33 points in a quarter. Matter of fact, Klay Thompson beat George Gervin's record.
Yes.
George had 33. Klay had the 37. So every time down the court, hoist, gun, 3-pointers, probably 5 or 6 out of those. What just a phenomenal, energetic, get on my back. Everybody get out of my way.
Yep.
I'm going to get the lead, get a big lead. We're down by 9. And we're going to make this bad boy happen and close this out.
And he did. We're going to do a run for you right now, our Valley Chevy Dealer Sounds of the Night. And immediately we're going to head back to the conclusion. We'll start there first of last night's game. And thank you to TNT.
The Phoenix Suns advance to the second round.
Key word there.
Yeah.
Advance. You kind of went, whew, man. It's just like that gnat that won't go away. You're sitting there and just keeps coming around, and finally you get it.
Yeah.
Finally at the very end. But nice to hear that. Suns moving on against the Denver Nuggets, and we'll get it all going on Saturday.
All right. Now, the problems began to occur at the end of the fourth quarter where they missed 5 shots in a row. And then, once again, it was Devin Booker to the rescue as he drains this one right here.
By 2 with possession, 2:14 to play. Suns have missed their last 5 shots. Booker is not human.
He's not human. That was a great call.
You're watching this. You see the 5 missed shots. Kevin Durant never touched the ball with those 5 shots. And here's K-Ray and Annie, Mars Drysdale. I'm like them. Why is he not getting the ball?
Yep.
Just give it to him. And I know that CP3 was feeling it, but he missed a couple. I'm like, give KD the damn ball. At least one of those 5 times. They didn't. Fortunately, Booker made that, and things settled down. And then the Clippers really couldn't catch anything after that was concerned.
Fair enough. All right. Booker, again, this time doing what he does best. Oh, wait. He's taking the basketball to the basket. Listen to this.
Booker on the drive, rising up and takes him to the boom room.
Hey, boom room.
I think Kevin Ray needs to go ahead and get the T-shirts out there.
The
boom room, and have that, and just to share in the profits with one, Devin Booker right there.
Sure.
You know what? He guys, I love it. And I just wonder if Jimmy Butler might have inspired him the night before.
Could have.
And in the presser afterwards, he said that's one of the first games all year he's watched start to finish, and he was just like, wow, this guy is all that and then some. So maybe there's a little bit of inspiration from one Jimmy Buckets from Miami Heat.
Thank you to Valley Sports for the highlight there. In the meantime, following the game, Booker offered up his thoughts on what just transpired.
Good. We got it over in 5. I think the first game was a fill-out game, but T. Lue didn't take off the junk defenses on him. They're trying to take him out, double team every time he touches it, deny it when he doesn't have it. So, like I said, it just opens everything up for everybody.
All right, let's skip down a couple here. I want to hear Monty Williams next because he's like shaking his head, and you do when a player just does unworldly things, even though you know how great he is, but yet it is still so magnificent. You just shake your head. Here's the coach following Booker's performance from last night.
doing what Book does. There were times where he was taking what the defense gave him, and then there were times where he just went, and it didn't matter. And when he's going like that, we're not calling many plays. It's all about concepts and looking at the environments to create space for him. And the guys on the floor, whether it's DA rolling or Kevin in the corner, it allows for him to have more space. But that's just Book. He would tell you, like, he's trained and waited for moments like that. And I'm just glad to have him on my side.
Kevin Durant said in the presser afterwards, it was very spiritual to
that.
watch.
I saw
and it's interesting to me when you hear the concepts. Does Monty have a design play for every time they come down the court? He said, no. He said he's feeling it. These guys know their concepts. They know what we want to do.
Yep.
It's just kind of clear out. You go here, you go there. If he penetrates, fine. If not,
2
you
minutes.
pick it out. It's just kind of, I call it organized chaos at times.
Perfect.
So he kind of pulled the curtain back a little bit on that bout in the third quarter.
All right, so the Suns win and advance. Denver also won, so they will play Saturday, and we can't wait for that series to begin. Now, other games last night, and this one caught everybody by surprise because I think everybody thought the Boston Celtics were going to just roll the Atlanta Hawks. Trae Young had a different idea. Here's the last shot of the game. Listen to this.
Young and Hunter. And here's Young. Backtracks, 5 to shoot. Young lets it go.
Ice cold.
I love that. Ice cold. I like his celebration, too.
Ice in his veins. Just, Trae
Ice
Young.
tray is what he called it.
I like
Ice
that.
Tray.
Very creative. He was struggling the first couple of games.
Yeah.
Just goes to show these long series, anything can happen. Now they're going back to Boston, Jimmy.
Yes.
Could
Atlanta.
you
No,
imagine?
they're going back to Atlanta. Yeah.
Atlanta.
Yep.
Can you imagine?
I know.
Could you imagine?
Everybody, everybody thought that series was going to be over. Unbelievable. Today's Sounds of the Game presented by your Valley Chevy dealers. Your Valley Chevy dealers serving the Valley for over 80 years. Find new roads at your Chevy dealer. Just head to valleychevy.com. And by the way, coming up in just a couple of weeks now, you're going to have a chance at winning a 75-inch smart TV from our friends at Valley Chevy. It'll be a new text and win contest, and everybody can make room for a 75-inch TV. I would love to win this. You get more details at the website, rockandmanuch.com. So Devin Booker pours in 47 points in that playoff performance last night. The Suns advance to the next round. Suns radio analyst Tim Kempton, he's our guest next. As we continue from Wright Toyota today, it is Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports.
Who's trending on Fox Sports 910 Phoenix?
Game 1 of the NBA Western Conference semifinals between the Suns and Nuggets is this Saturday. The Suns are now the only NBA team without a G League affiliate after Portland's announcement of a franchise in the developmental league. Previous affiliate in Arizona operated from 2016 up until the pandemic. The speculation surrounding the Cardinals as to what they'll do with the third overall pick in tomorrow's draft. A watch party is scheduled for State Farm Stadium. And the Diamondbacks going for the series win against the Royals in today's finale. Zach Gallen received the starting nod. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free radio app.
Are you looking for a change in your career path or just looking to get back into the employment market again? Look no further. All City Towing is searching for motivated teammates to join their team. Current openings are in the areas of customer service, tow truck operators, yard management, facilities maintenance, and dispatch. If you're looking for a challenging yet rewarding opportunity, a great benefits program including 401k program with a generous company match, and a company that is a leader in the industry, apply online at allcitytowing.com/careers or call All City's HR department at 480-833-7278. All City Towing is Arizona's largest towing transport vehicle storage provider.
locally owned and invested within the communities they service. If you enjoy helping others by providing great customer service, working as a team, and possess great communication skills, All City is for you. Apply online at allcitytowing.com/careers or call 480-833-7278. That's allcitytowing.com. Home shopping? You'll need a pre-approval letter. Call GC Global Capital and you can get pre-approved in minutes. Call 480-397-9300. 3-second opinions and comparisons. GC Global Capital is an Arizona licensed mortgage broker. NMLS 1091187. License MB 0924983. An equal opportunity lender.
Hey, Arizona, if you're shopping for a new or certified used vehicle, visit any one of your 13 Valley Chevy dealers for the best deals and offers on trucks, crossovers, SUVs, and cars. The Silverado is the #1 best-selling full-size light-duty pickup. So check it out during truck season going on now at your Valley Chevy dealers or visit valleychevy.com. Based on S&G Global Mobility 2022 calendar year end. U.S. new vehicle registrations using GM custom retail registration type in the GM half-ton large pickup segments.
That was a great dinner.
So great. Wait, where'd you park the car?
Oh, the one I just sold to Carvana.
What? When did you do that?
When you were still looking at the menu. I went on Carvana.com and all I had to do was enter the license plate or VIN, answer a few questions, and got a real offer in seconds.
They picked up the car already?
No, I parked around the corner. But they are picking it up tomorrow and paying me right on the spot.
Oh, no wonder you picked up the check.
Yeah, about that. Thought we were going halvesies.
Sell your car to Carvana. Visit Carvana.com or download the app to get a real offer in seconds.
With one of the best savings rates in America, banking with Capital One is the easiest decision in the history of decisions. Even easier than choosing Slash to be in your band.
Next up for lead guitar. You're in.
Cool. Yep, even easier than that. And with no fees or minimums on checking and savings accounts, is it even a decision? That's banking reimagined. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One N.A. member FDIC.
DraftKings Sportsbook is an official sports betting partner of the NBA. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app today and use code SPORTS for a special offer when you sign up. That's code SPORTS, only at DraftKings Sportsbook.
Part of the Phoenix Suns NBA Finals team, NBA and Suns color analyst Tim Kempton now joins the Roc and Manuch show on Fox Sports 910 on FM at 99.9 HD2.
Booker on the drive, rising up and takes him to the boom room. Takes him to the boom room. I'm down with that. I'm telling you right there. Calling it out. Hey, Richie, just section that off. And when I say something that excites everybody, hit that boom room. I want that. I want that as a drop.
You'd have to get on the ladder for you to get to the boom room.
Oh, man. K-Ray, you're the best, pal. Thank you to Bally's for that highlight. Tim Kempton is our guest, the longtime radio analyst. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on Fox Sports 910. Timmy, it's Jimmy B and Manuch. As always, welcome. You are sitting right there watching a 50-point third quarter. In all of your years of playing the game, did you ever experience a 50-point quarter?
Oh, 50-point quarter, yeah, but not probably in that situation. You know, the game 5 where you're struggling to beat a team that's playing exceptionally hard, playing well without a couple of superstars. You know, it's always amazing when you get those kind of performances in pressure situations. And then Devin Booker, what he did in that quarter himself was absolutely, amazing. Just goes to show you what kind of a special player he is, and nothing against Kevin Durant or Chris Paul or DeAndre Ayton, but that's who Devin Booker is. That's why the Phoenix Suns are in the position they are, and Devin Booker is leading the Phoenix Suns.
Tim, our State 48 Roughing It Your Call question of the day is, was Devin Booker's 25-point third quarter the best quarter you've ever seen as a Phoenix Sun in a playoff game? And if you want to go vote, Tim, just go to @Roc and Manuch on Twitter. And your answers are yes, absolutely, or no. Barkley had many. And speaking of front and center, you were there for many big quarters by Chuck. Was that better than anything that Chuck had put on, at least in a quarter situation?
I don't know. I mean, can't we just have them all?
Yes,
You have to
yes.
pick one. I mean, they're all great. If you're a Phoenix Suns fan, that's the beauty of it. You get to relish and remember and live those experiences. And right now, Devin Booker is absolutely he's the best player in the playoffs. I mean, Kawhi Leonard had 2 great games. What Devin Booker did in the series is unbelievable. Obviously, Jimmy Butler the other night for Miami, putting the Miami Heat up 3-1 against the Milwaukee Bucks is unbelievable. The shot that Trae Young makes last night in the Boston Garden. I mean, there's some performances that are just unbelievable right now. But Devin Booker's the most consistent guy and leading his team in the playoffs. And not only that, one of the other things you look at the stats. He's the leading steal getter in the playoffs right now. He's averaging like 1.7 blocks a game. He's doing so much for this team. Last night he had double-digit assists to go along with 47 points. I mean, that.
Yeah, I think the other thing, too, that we just had a soundbite of Monty Williams talking about that quarter per se and what the offense is. And he says, hey, look, we just kind of let Book run it. There's really nothing set. Everybody kind of knows where they need to go and kind of the system within the system. And I thought it was kind of neat, Tim, for him to kind of pull that curtain back and say there's really nothing set up. It's just guys kind of have an idea when somebody's hot like that to allow them to instigate everything.
Exactly. And Devin Booker's obviously the orchestrator of that. Sometimes he was calling, DeAndre over to get Mason Plumlee or Ivica Zubac, whoever the big was on the floor at the moment, or calling, Kevin Durant over with Eric Gordon. So he was just orchestrating it. Yeah. And then when you have a player like Devin Booker that's going like that, you just let him orchestrate. Hey, if there's a double team, get in the spot where I can find you. There were 2 plays, one off an offensive rebound where he found Chris Paul in front of the bench for a 3, and later on they double teamed him on the extreme right-hand side of the court, and he found Kevin Durant over in the extreme right-hand side of the court in that 3. His court vision with people running numbers of guys at him, his court vision doesn't get smaller. It actually expands when they try to make him, kind of go into a shell. He actually grows and sees more of the court. So some of the plays he was making, some of those assists were just as good as the shots that he was making.
All right, so in the fourth quarter, when everybody thought the game was pretty much going to be over, Nicholas Batum decided he was going to show up. Yeah, what in the wide world of sport is going on? He had been dreadful most of the series, Tim, and then all of a sudden he catches lightning in a bottle.
Yeah, not dread, almost dreadful. He was dreadful for he came in averaging 0.8 points a game, and he was 1 of 11 from behind the arc in the series. So he goes 5 for 8, scores 19 points, and that's the thing. They have guys like Toby Keith. I'm good once as I ever was, and that was Nicholas Batum. He used to be able to put those numbers up every night, but right now he does it 1 every 3 or 4 games. The same thing with Russell Westbrook. He put up 1 or 2 phenomenal games, but for the most part, he's a 4 for 20 guy. He's a 3 for 19 guy, and that's the one that showed up. Now, don't get me wrong. Russell Westbrook still is the greatest competitor that I've ever seen in the NBA, and he plays hard on every possession. It's just he's lost a little bit of his scoring touch and his shot selection, and he gets a little bit crazy with his turnovers off the dribble. Sometimes I think he's going too fast, but yeah, Nicholas Batum showed up and made those threes in the fourth quarter. They went 5 of 8 from 3-point land in the fourth quarter alone, and it was. And listen, Russell Westbrook had a layup to tie it up, missed the layup, then they had 3 turnovers in a row, and that was the game. It could have been totally different if things, if they took care of the ball a little bit better.
Suns radio analyst Tim Kempton joining us here on the right show to guest line Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Tim, it's interesting, the fact that we sat there, we bemoaned the offensive rebounds again seemed to be the nemesis to keep this Clippers team around. 17 offensive rebounds, boards by this Clippers team, and the Suns 11. You're going to play a very, very big team going to Denver. once again, do we call Amazon Prime to deliver some offensive boards to this Suns team, or how are you going to manage that with a much bigger team in the Denver Nuggets?
Who's bigger on the Denver Nuggets?
Get the two big guys down low.
Which two guys are you talking about?
I'm talking about the Joker, number one. He's in
Michael Porter. You got Porter and also Aaron Gordon.
Michael Porter Jr. wants absolutely no part of the paint. Listen, I think that matchup with the LA Clippers was the toughest matchup in the first round. Now, granted, Kawhi went out earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Avicii Zubac and Mason Plumlee. There is no one bigger in the front line in the NBA with those two guys. Not only are they big, they're both athletic, more athletic than you think they are, and they're extremely physical. Nikola Jokic is big, but he does not play like Avicii Zubac and Mason Plumlee. Aaron Gordon is athletic, but he's 6'8", 6'9". He is not Mason Plumlee or Avicii Zubac. I think the Suns, yes, they got hammered on the glass. And it wasn't only – and Russell Westbrook. Tell me who rebounds like Russell Westbrook and anybody else in the league from his position, the athleticism, the tenacity of Russell Westbrook. I think that was a perfect first-round matchup for the Phoenix Suns. Yes, the Denver Nuggets, they are not nearly as big and as athletic and tenacious as the LA Clippers are on the board. Half the time, Nikola, the Joker, is at the free throw line throwing passes around.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, that is definitely something that the Suns have to do a better job at. But listen, the LA Clippers are very unique in what they do. The Suns will be much better prepared for the Denver Nuggets on the glass.
Do you see this game and this matchup then being a slower tempo game than what we witnessed against the Clippers?
No, the Denver Nuggets love to run. They get the ball out. You know, even Nikola Jokic, he gets it off the glass. He is pushing it. Jamal Murray wants to get up and down the floor. This is a team that wants to push it. They're very good in the half court, and they do not mind playing half court because they run everything through Nikola Jokic as that point, big man running cuts off of him, back cuts to the basket. But that's a team that'll play and get going up and down the board, up and down the floor if they rebound the board defensively. So this isn't going to be a slow series. Both get up and down the floor very well. So rebounding, again, is going to be key. If you can control that defensive glass and get some easy buckets in transition, both these teams will take advantage of that.
You know, Tim, and I felt more encouraged watching Okogie and Busy with their play off the bench. Cam Payne still looks a little sluggish. Only played 3 minutes. But were you encouraged? At least they scored 22 points. That this Suns bench should have more success against Denver?
Well, I think Monty goes back a little bit more towards his rotation. I think it starts with Cameron Payne. It's great to see him on the floor last night, just running up and I think that goes well for Terrence Josh Okogie. First of all, I think Josh Okogie goes back to the starting lineup. I think he is the matchup against Jamal Murray. Mm-hmm. Torrey Craig fits better going up to Kawhi Leonard just because he had more size. I think Jamal Murray fits more into the Josh Okogie defensive matchup. So I think he goes back into the starting lineup. Now you have Cameron Payne. You have Torrey Craig, you have Bismack or Jock Landale coming off the bench. I think Monty goes back more to a traditional rotation in this series with the Denver Nuggets, and I think it starts with that waterfall effect of Cameron Payne getting back on the floor.
All right, Tim, you heard K-Ray come back there on Valley Sports. You're talking about Deep Book going to the Boom Room. So how often did you visit the Boom Room? Or are you one of those layup guys? Just turn around and just kind of lay it in?
Yeah, I probably would have kicked you guys off. How many dunks did DeAndre get last night? Were you guys at? DeAndre had what, 3 or 4 dunks?
3 or 4 dunks. Yeah.
That's usually what you guys get excited about. That was a pretty impressive move by Devin Booker.
It was
that time of the game, and going down the middle like that. What did he call it? The boom room?
The boom room.
That's what K-Ray called it.
It the boom room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, these guys and all the things they come up with, it's unbelievable. They think they're like in the entertainment business or something. They've all got to have their own. They all got to have their snazzy call.
Absolutely.
Know?
Speaking of snazzy, you've been working with a guy for many, many years, in Al McCoy. 90th birthday. Where'd you get Al for his birthday day? Number 90. Where'd you get a guy that's 90 years old there, Tim?
Hey, that's between Al and I. Don't you worry about what I got Al.
You're the best.
We're
pal.
so happy that Sonic those Sonic gift cards work, big fella. We like that.
Yeah. Thank you, Timmy.
I won't even go there.
Thanks, Tim. Good talk to you, buddy.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Suns in 6.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. We've got Tim Kempton on record now. Suns in 6. That works. And Tim is driven by All City Towing, and they're continuing to grow. And if you're looking for a new gig, you might as well check out All City Towing. They have positions available. They have incredible benefits, and they also have a matching 401k program, a 50% match option on that 401k. All you have to do is just go online and go to allcitytowing.com and search careers. That's allcitytowing.com and search careers. All right, coming up next, it's On This Day as we continue live from Wright Toyota. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
To the boom room! Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B.
Kyle Vanden Bosch, he joins us here, former defensive end for the Cardinals and the Titans.
Kyle, how much of the minutia, verbiage, curveballs will be thrown out there?
Look, if the GM blips are moving this time of year, he's lying. And, everybody's throwing out smoke screens. Everybody's holding their cards close to their vest.
This afternoon at 1 on Fox Sports 910 and your free iHeartRadio app.
Join Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B Thursdays at one of the 5 Valley Twin Peaks locations. The guys broadcast live from 1 to 5 Valley locations. And tune in at 2:45 for Peaks Picks, your chance to win a Twin Peaks man card. It's Guys Live every Thursday at Twin Peaks.
It's the wind down in sparkling water. It's the zone out at the spa. The stunning sunsets at dinner. It's the escape you crave, and it's closer than you think. Talking Stick Resort's summer playcation package, starting at $139 a night with no resort fee for Arizona residents. Exclusive spa specials and $25 in free slot play. Plus, enjoy great deals inside the Talking Stick Entertainment District, including Top Golf, Talking Stick Golf Club, Octane Raceway, and more. Summer Playcation, May 8th to September 15th at Talking Stick Resort. Turn it on.
The right price, the right selection. It's all now at Wright Toyota in Scottsdale. Stop by today and see why Wright Toyota continues to be Arizona's top Toyota dealership, located just off the 101 on Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard and online at wrighttoyota.com.
We're your neighbors. You should stop by for a visit. We're Casino Arizona. Come on in. Our slots are spinning, our dealers are dealing, and everyone's yelling bingo. Isn't it about time you see your friends again? So stop by to say hello. Stay a while. Relax. Enjoy yourself. We'd love to see you again. Hey, this place was made to entertain. We're your Casino Arizona.
In this week's Marketers Report, we hear about the importance of local radio from Allison Griffin, head of marketing at State Farm.
iHeart has such a broad broadcast reach that is local, and for us to be able to touch customers with a local feel but at a national scale is so efficient and important for us.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, trusted influencers, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
Hurry and shop the final days of SpringFest at Lowe's. Right now, get an additional $300 off when you spend $1,996 or more on select major kitchen appliances. And keep fresh with savings on the Ego 15-inch string trimmer. It was $219, now it's $199. Shop SpringFest today, because Lowe's knows spring. Lowe's knows home improvement. Valid through 4/26. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. Exclusions apply. See Lowe's.com for details.
Hey, so I put a note in there that I have the audio
Live with Jody Ayler
of the Cardinals draft Josh Rosen from 2018.
Sports 910.
Copy that. Good life.
Come back in as we continue to roll from Wright Toyota in Scottsdale. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Fox Sports 910, 99.9 FM HD2, and also free on the iHeartRadio app. Manuch, it is time right now for On This Day.
Got some good NBA playoff stuff. We got some good draft stuff going on. Go way back to 1964. The Celtics captured their 6th consecutive NBA title with a 105-99 victory over the San Francisco Warriors in Game 5 of the Finals. 1983, that was my first year with the Arizona Wranglers. But in the NFL draft, Stanford quarterback John Elway, first pick by the Baltimore Colts, eventually traded to the Broncos. Dan Marino was drafted by the Dolphins. Jim Kelly drafted by the Bills, and Kevin O'Neal went to the New York Jets.
You know that Elway, and I called some of his games when he was playing at Stanford, said, nope, I'm going to go play baseball instead of going to the NFL. He was a terrific baseball player as well.
Well, let me give you the full story there, Jimmy. The main reason why I did not want to go to the Colts was a guy named, I love this guy, the now deceased Frank Kush. Did not want to go to the Colts for that team was on a downward spiral.
Right.
Had heard of all of the hard work that Frank Kush had with these guys. And he told them, basically he told them and threatened them that I'm not going there because of that. Please trade me. They eventually traded him when the threat was for real. Very much like Bo Jackson when he told the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, I do not want to go to Tampa Bay.
Yep,
if I do, I want to play baseball and handle it from there. And that threat was definitely there. So that 83 draft, Elway, Marino, Kelly, and O'Neal. And Marino was the last one out of those outstanding quarterbacks. That was the last one to go. It's interesting because we talked about yesterday when Eli Manning was drafted by the San Diego Chargers, did not want to go to San Diego.
Correct.
Eventually going to the New York Giants. An early case of top quarterbacks, the tail wagging the dog. When we look at both those certain situations. 1988, NBA approves the additional 3rd referee in the 1988 and 89 season. So, Jimmy, you were broadcasting games back in the day.
Yep.
Did you see anything more improvement, better flow? What was, out of anything, did you see in the game itself by adding that 3rd ref?
Was the best thing that they ever could do because there was so much action away from the ball and with only one set of eyes on it with the other referee, you missed a lot. The 3rd referee definitely came in and cleaned up the game. Thus, it brought on some of those new rules as well, free-flowing through the center of the lane, where Manuch always likes to say, give them a forearm shiver.
Absolutely.
That's what guys would get if they went through the key. The guys would just tee off on people, and guys were going down in a heap.
Yeah,
so the 3rd referee, very impactful.
I love the lessons learned when they come down the lane with the forearm shiver. All right, Rich, let's jump down to 2018. In the NFL draft, four quarterbacks are taking the top 10 selection for the first time in history. They are Baker Mayfield, Sam Darnold, Josh Allen, and then you had Josh Rosen. Here's how it sounded when the Cardinals took one Josh Rosen.
Roger Goodell across the podium, and now the question becomes, will this be the first time ever 4 quarterbacks in the top 10 picks?
To the Arizona Cardinals, with the 10th pick in the 2018 NFL Draft, the Arizona Cardinals select Josh Rosen, quarterback, UCLA.
There you go. Those 4, interesting. But Jack, you're telling me there was a total of 5 taken in that first round. Who was the 5th one?
It's just some guy named Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
Out of Louisville. Supposed to be a running back, apparently.
Yeah. That was it. But that was pretty much when you thought about that. Josh Rosen, I was like, wow. Because I think of when the Cardinals drafted Matt Leinart at number 11 a few years prior to that. And you looked at Rosen's career at UCLA. He got often injured. Matter of fact, he was ready to go and didn't play in the I want to say Insight Bowl over here at Chase Field against my K-State Cats. We woke up on UCLA, and I kind of went, well, okay, kid, had a couple 2-3 years, and you just wondered how his game would transcend with the Arizona Cardinals, which it didn't. Steve Wilkes' first year, Josh Rosen forced to play, was not a very good year as Rosen tried to take some of the controls but did not.
The best game that I saw Rosen play in college was when UCLA came back and beat Texas A&M. Rosen was outstanding in that game, and everybody, I think, was wowed by his play, and I think that stuck. And maybe that's why he moved so high into the draft.
The other thing, then, when he was, I don't know, Jackson, if you remember this, you're probably in school, when they played ASU, over to ASU, it was an afternoon game, about 100 degrees. ASU whooped up on him. They were all over him. And I watched that game. I expected a lot more. And this was his junior year.
Okay.
And I went, my goodness, the Sun Devils were all over him. He couldn't really get things right. I went, so you look at the good, you look at the bad.
Yeah.
Somewhere there in between lies the truth. And quite frankly, I thought it was very high. I thought he would go mid to late first round, maybe high second round. But when the Cardinals literally reached, a far reach for that situation, was very, very interesting that they would get him at that particular point. By the way, guys, to finish off, it's National Pretzel Day, and most Americans would be interested in celebrating without you having to
1 minute
twist their arm in a survey. 65% of people said they have a generally positive opinion of pretzels. 3% said they love them so very, very much every day, which I got those pretzel bites with peanut butters in them.
Yeah.
Love them.
Love those.
And 9% say they just don't like them whatsoever.
Oh, I love pretzels. They're fun.
Happy National Pretzel Day, folks.
Hey, everybody, you want to listen to Fox Sports 9, 10 weekdays at 9, 10, 11, noon, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 for the nationwide $1,000 keyword. Then enter it here for your chance to win. All right, coming up, hour number 2, we're going to catch up with Chiefs and Jets kicker Nick Lowry. Also, we're going to have our Campus Quickies, a reset of the annual spring games, ASU, U of A, and NAU. It's all coming your way next. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on Fox Sports 9.
Hey, Arizona. If you're shopping for a new or certified used vehicle, visit any one of your 13 Valley Chevy dealers for the best deals and offers on trucks, crossovers, SUVs, and cars. The Silverado is the #1 best-selling full-size light-duty pickup. So check it out during truck season going on now at your Valley Chevy dealers or visit valleychevy.com. Based on S&G Global Mobility 2020.
I didn't even notice on my end.
New vehicle registration. To me. GM custom retail registration type in the GM half-ton large pickup segments.
No one does happy hour like Twin Peaks. Whatever your preference, we have everything from tequila cocktails in an extensive bourbon category to top shelf spirits and cocktails served over ice balls. Local craft beers and handcrafted whiskey cocktails round out an adventurous drink menu second to none. And don't forget about our 29-degree man-sized drafts. Plus, Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B every Thursday at one of the 5 Valley Twin Peaks locations. Get to your favorite Twin Peaks lodge today.
Listening to this station on your free iHeartRadio app could put $5,000 in your pocket.
No way! Are you kidding me?
Open your app and search the station to be instantly qualified for the cash.
Yay! Thank you so much.
Download the free iHeartRadio app for all the music, radio, and podcasts you love.
With one of the best savings rates in America, banking with Capital One is the easiest decision in the history of decisions. Even easier than choosing Slash to be in your band.
Next up for lead guitar. You're in.
Cool. Yep, even easier than that. And with no fees or minimums on checking and savings accounts, is it even a decision? That's banking reimagined. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One NA, member FDIC.
Suns fans, the 2023 playoffs are here, and we need you to join us. As the heat rises in the valley, so does the intensity. This squad is hungry and priming for a thrilling postseason you won't want to miss. Help us turn up the heat and cheer on your Suns to victory. Secure your seats at suns.com/tickets.
Oh, brother!
It's time to rally the valley.
Lower your loan payments or get out of debt sooner with Debt Rescue from Mountain America Credit Union. Saved over $61 million in loan interest in 2022. How much will you save?
I'm Byron Brown, personal injury attorney. Can you tell by the music that I'm educated and experienced? How about now? Can you tell I'm tough and I'll fight for you? That I'm down to kick it with y'all? That's a bunch of bullshit. When it comes to your personal injury case, I'm straight to the point. I'll answer your call. No BS. I'm Byron Brown, the anti-lawyer lawyer.
Joe Brown here with Accident Law Group. If you were hurt in an accident, find us on the web at accidentlawgroup.com.
Broadcasting from the Superbook.com studio. Superbook Sports, now live. This is KGME Phoenix, KESC HD2 Phoenix. Listen on the free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Zach Allen received the starting nod for the Diamondbacks as they're going for the series win against the Royals in today's finale. Game 1 of the Western Conference semifinals between the Suns and Nuggets comes up on Saturday. The Suns are now the only NBA team without a G League affiliate after Portland's announcement of a franchise in the Developmental League. Previous affiliate Northern Arizona operated from 2016 up until the pandemic. Much speculation surrounds the Cardinals as to what they'll do with the third overall pick in tomorrow's draft. A watch party will be held at State Farm Stadium. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910. Available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
Now's your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Cash. That's cash. Enter it now at foxsports910.com.
This is the Parker & Sons Weather Center. For all your AC, plumbing, and electric needs, call Parker.
Nice day on tap for your Wednesday. Mostly sunny skies. Temperatures getting up to about 89 degrees. And then for tonight, clear skies with those temperatures dipping down to about 63 degrees. For the Fox 10 weather experts, I'm Ty Brennan.
This report is sponsored by eBay Motors. You do anything to keep your vehicle happy. Let's make sure it stays running smoothly. With eBay Guaranteed Fit, the right parts are just a click away. When you see the green check, you know that part will fit. Get the right parts at the right prices. ebaymotors.com. Let's ride. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Calling all sports with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Proudly sponsored by On Air Sports Marketing. And is
Pop, you got it ready?
injury attorneys Lerner and Rowe. In a wreck and need a check? Make one call. That's all. 602-977-1900. And always online at lernerandrowe.com. Now time for Calling All Sports with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B.
You're live
on Fox Sports 910.
All right, everybody, welcome back in. We're hanging out at Wright Toyota today. Always right on the price. You can find us in Scottsdale. Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard is where we are located. By the way, if indeed you are dialed into the Suns playoffs, you need to go to the CAC Sports Bar at Casino, Arizona. And the reason is very simple. The sports book is there. You can make your wagers. They've got enormous amount of big screen televisions plus 2 theater projection screens as well. Food prices, beer, whiskey, you name it. Tequila prices, they've got it all, including Manuch, the Roc and Manuch lager from Huss Brewing.
Absolutely.
It's all there.
It's all there.
It's all there at Casino, Arizona. Just head into the CAZ Sports Bar and a sports book. All right, here we go. Suns doing what they needed to do, won the series in 5, but it wasn't easy at all.
Yeah, I guess a lot of concern was a little bit of chatter, I think, around the NBA pundits that the Clippers, they gave it their best shot without Paul George and Kawhi Leonard, but it's the 60-plus and 70 points that this Suns defense has been given up or lack thereof.
Yeah.
And it's just very interesting. And, you know, Monty always talks about this team this year has given up, I think, more 60-point halves than they did in that team 2 years ago that won the Western Conference Finals and went on to the NBA Finals. That's got to be a little bit pause for concern. Now they're going to play the Denver Nuggets on Saturday. Time what to be determined at this point. But you know this Denver Nuggets team can get up and down the court.
They can.
They are a breakneck pace, maybe a little more finesse, but they get up and down the court. And you're up there in the mile-high atmosphere. You're going to be huffing and puffing, and that's why
oxygen.
That's why I feel, Jimmy. That's why I really feel that this bench is really going to have to bolster up.
I'm with you,
and I think that Monty's going to have a little more rotations in there, maybe the regular rotations they had leading into the playoffs this year.
I'm with you on that. I just hope they get more production out of the bench because as you continue on in the playoffs, we talked about the starters and the amount of minutes. And look, these are well-trained athletes. They are in sensational physical condition. Run all night. But after you have played several of those games in a row, you got to take a moment to catch your breath. And what that means is that what Manuch just talked about, somebody off the bench is going to have to produce. And when we say produce, not just rebound or play solid defense, somebody has got to put points on the board.
Well, and hopefully, it was nice to see Campaign actually play last night.
Got a few minutes in.
He got 3 minutes in.
Yeah.
And surprising because the reports were either it was interesting. It was out to doubtful to questionable to get him on the court. But looking at him, he didn't look comfortable to me. And he also looked tired. I looked at his eyes and went, he looks a little tired because I'm sure he's rehabbing the hell out of that back.
He's working hard.
He's working hard. So I think Campaign is that guy. They need to get him back to where he was a couple years ago during that playoff run to get those points, to spell CP3.
Right.
Because Landry Shamet just is not that guy.
Not right now.
Not that guy that even though he did have a big three-pointer, his only three-pointer I'm thinking about with the last 6 months.
I knew you were going to say.
Give or take.
I knew
it was a very key.
It was a key
three-pointer.
basket, yes.
But, you look at this team, only 22 points off of the bench last night. I think Okogie does go back to the starting lineup, and I think that Craig comes back off the bench because of matchups.
Yeah.
But, you can't go 40, 45, 46 minutes up there in the Mile High and expect to have that kind of production. Would be nice. Guys are in great shape, but not Mile High shape. And I think if there's one advantage Denver has, at least for one of those two games, it's probably game one.
Okay. That's more than fair. In baseball, Diamondbacks are having an afternoon affair with the Kansas City Royals. Jax has got the update.
Yeah, the score right now, 1-0. Your Diamondbacks lead, bottom of the fifth inning with one out, and the one run occurred in the bottom of the fourth inning. Longoria singled to left, and Rivera scored for your Diamondbacks.
All right. Longoria get a little production.
Yeah, I'd like to see
played
that.
for many, many years.
He has. He had great success in Tampa.
He really did. And this they need this when they've lost 5 out of 7. Tried to come back last night. They couldn't. They lose 5-4. Got the day off tomorrow. And then they get the Rockies coming in town.
Right.
So hopefully you can get well or get yourself back on track, so to speak. Just a half game out of first place.
There you go.
After 3 weeks of play. So hopefully, they get things corrected. They get the runs when they need them. Hopefully they can hold on today and get this victory with the day off tomorrow.
There is a troubling story, and it concerns the Diamondbacks, but not the team on the field. It is what's going to take place with their television contract. And Valley Sports, many of you have heard, it's been branded by Diamond Sports, was initially a majority holder by Sinclair Television. They are right now in bankruptcy with a Chapter 11, and the regional sports networks have been in turmoil for the past few months, and those include the Minnesota Twins, the Texas Rangers, Cleveland Guardians, and yes, the Arizona Cardinals. Now, a U.S. bankruptcy judge has ordered that Diamond Sports must make at least a 50% payment to those 4 mentioned teams. Manuch, this is not good. Not good off the field news.
No, it really isn't. And a couple of things when you take a good hard look at this, that judge you talk about that came out this morning, U.S. Judge Christopher Lopez, decided to be both sides in the middle. As you mentioned, ordering Diamond Sports to pay the Rangers and 3 other teams, that including the Diamondbacks, the Cleveland Guardians, and the Minnesota Twins, at least half of its mostly missed payments. Now, a matter involving a missed licensing payment to the Cincinnati Reds was not resolved this week. So the Reds right now are basically...
They're in limbo.
Yeah, they're in limbo. So this is so funny because I've been a part of these on, representing a developer.
Sure.
Making a deal in commercial real estate and not getting paid.
Okay.
So it's always that scenario, okay, when will I get paid? The developer goes into Chapter 11 and they reorganize. And then they're going to come back and hopefully pay all the creditors off, like myself, because I'm owed a commission let's say in this case was a $10,000 commission.
Okay.
And they basically come, they try to work out with their contractors, they work out with this group, they work out with the commissions, and they basically say, look, we're going to work ourselves out to keep this development company going. So with all the people we're going to give you 50 cents on the dollar. How about that? Or in my case, they gave me 20 cents on the dollar, i.e. that $10,000 commission went to $2,000.
Yep.
I was happy to get it.
Okay.
Because I didn't want them going to the Chapter 7 and dissolve
it.
And
Yes.
dissolving. So anything's better than anything. So, as I mentioned, Judge Lopez encouraged the sides to come up with a number or percentage to address the payment debate that you mentioned, Jimmy. He also warned them, and I've been a part of this as well too, that he'll be quick to intervene should they fail to reach an agreement on the terms. And this sounds like these are judges that if you go through a divorce or Chapter 11 or whatever to try to come to some kind of agreement with yourself, that he'll ultimately make the decision because he says, quote, there is a number that works and you know much better than I would what that number is. He also says, quote, if you come back to me, I'm just going to pick a number and I hope you don't have to leave it in my hands. Meaning, y'all better agree to agree, because if this is your number,
right,
and then this is your number, I'm going to go look at the entire realm, what's fair, what's not fair, what works, what doesn't work, and I'll go ahead and make that number because neither one of you are going to be happy with that number. And he also goes on to say, and he quotes, I'm not concerned about the team's financial stability, but he believed he should follow what he would normally do in a reorganizational situation, which is to pay the uncontested and reserve for the disputed portion of that money, which is owed those teams. Now, about a month and a half ago, we broke this story that Rob Manfred, the commissioner of Major League Baseball, said that no teams are going to not get some of the monies coming to them. Now, you got 4 teams and 5 teams, and Major League Baseball's got the coffers to go ahead and pay off these agreements and to pay the team.
Sure.
And not as if the teams are going to stop broadcasting on Bally Sports, but I think next year they're going to have to some kind of agreement. If Bally doesn't get reorganized and get everybody right and up to speed with the money that they can agree to, you may look at this Diamondbacks team going to maybe a Channel 3 or Channel 5 who are the same group that owns,
okay,
and going to their platform. And who knows, Bally Sports may just go away or sell to some other kind of a carrier to go on that Channel 34.
All right, fair enough. So it's going to be an interesting story for some time. Another interesting story today takes place in the National Football League. And, Richie, I'd like to run the soundbite where Aaron Rodgers is talking about number 12, Broadway Joe Namath, in just a second here. He met the news media today, Aaron Rodgers did in New York. Lots of questions surrounding the team and his future and all of that. But, of course, the big talk has been what jersey number is he going to wear? Well, this is Rodgers' response to that question.
In the sport, I think more from this organization standpoint, it could be really special. There's some iconic names that have played here, probably none more iconic than number 12. And I heard what he said about unretiring his number, but to me, 12 is Broadway Joe, and I didn't want to even go down that path, and I'm excited about going back to my college number, but there's something.
Yeah, he's going to go back to his college number, which means he's going to go back to number 8. Manuch, who's our next guest?
Well, our next guest is the great kicker for the Chiefs and the Jets.
Yes.
A lot of folks forget that one Nick Lowry also kicked for several years with the Jets. Number 8.
Yeah.
Nick's going to join us, talk about the number. So I wonder if Aaron called Nick Lowry. We'll find out.
Yeah.
We'll catch up with Nick next and talk about that, and also the some of the things going on with all the things tequila wise with their El Bandito Yankee Tequila.
I like it,
as he's the ambassador.
He is
for Jim Bob Morris and the gang. So we'll kind of get the infringement of what the New York media is going to be peppering on Aaron Rodgers with, and is that number 8? I just want to know how much is Nick going to get to get the permission to allow Aaron Rodgers to use his old number.
That's going to be fun, and he is next. Everybody, it's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
It all starts April 27th.
Welcome, football fans.
3 days.
This is an exciting night.
250 9 names and one place that will cover all the action. The first round kicks off at 5 p.m. right here on Fox Sports 910.
Join Roc and Manuch with Jimmy D Thursdays at one of the 5 Valley Twin Peaks locations. The guys broadcast live from one of 5 Valley locations. And tune in at 2:45 for Peaks Picks. Your chance to win a Twin Peaks mail card. It's Guys Live. Thursday at Twin Peaks.
Thanks. Certified Saddle featuring the unique oxidation process for rich smoothness without Go to ElBanditoYankee.com. Break out the Bandito, the official tequila of Green Day.
Any car dealer in Arizona can compete on price. Toyota, the right choice. Sale just off the 101 bar and at righttoyota.com.
At Lord and Row, we don't have empty slogans or make empty promises. What we do have is a history of proven results. In a wreck, need a check? We've collected billions of dollars for our clients, with over $1 billion recovered in the past 5 years alone. Make one call, that's all. And we have a team of legal professionals standing by, waiting to begin working on your case the moment you call. Call Lord and Row today. Find out why we've been voted best law firm in Arizona for the past 8 years in a row.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go. Call 9771.
It's the Marketer's Report. Today, Capital One's Chief Brand Officer, Mark Mentry, weighs in on building loyalty with customers.
Capital One has really worked to create amazing access moments for our customers. We will do sound check parties so that only Capital One cardholders can get access to, and we can't pull that off without iHeart.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, insights, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
Discover credit cards automatically double all the cash back you earn at the end of your first year, which means... Wait, hold up. Question for the audio engineer.
Go ahead.
Did I read that right? Discover automatically doubles all your cash back?
Yeah, that's what the script says.
So if I get a Discover card right now, I can earn twice the cash back.
Apparently. Wait! Unlimited first-year cash back match. Only from Discover. See terms and learn more at discover.com/match.
Everybody got it.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, we're comfortable with how this deal's shaped. In any negotiation, I don't think anyone ever walks away from a negotiation where you feel like you want everything in terms of what's gone back and forth. But ultimately, our goal from the beginning was to add Aaron to the team, and so we were able to get that. Agreed to terms to that yesterday, and just excited to get him here.
All right, General Manager of the Jets today at the Jets press conference in New York City. But the big story out of that press conference was the numbers. And he's not going to wear number 12, which was Joe Willie Namath's number, even though Namath gave him the option of wearing the number or not. He's decided he's going to wear his college jersey number, which is number 8. Which brings us to our next guest, longtime NFL kicker, sensational kicker for the Chiefs and the New York Jets. And we say good afternoon to Nick Lowry. How are you, man? It's Jimmy B and Manuch. How we doing, Nick?
Jimmy B, thank you, brother. I'm well. I'm the to the hand. Aaron Rodgers, you cannot wear my number 8. You have got to come to me. Come to me. And I'll consider any offers, but as it is, I talked to Joe Willie. Joe Willie said, stand firm, buddy. I gave him permission. He hasn't asked for your permission, so I'm saying, forget it. You can wear number 99 as far as I'm concerned.
I'm going to tell you what, Nick, and everybody has their price, right? You just said, make you an offer you couldn't refuse, because the last prominent number 8 was one Nick Lowry, the Hall of Fame kicker for the Chiefs, and the outstanding kicker for the Jets. But everybody's got a number, right, Nick?
Well, you know what, buddy? We've talked about champions for the homeless, and I just thought I did send a little text to him, and then Joe said he'd also encourage Aaron to say, you know what? You're coming here with this reputation being kind of a self-centered guy. I don't think you are, but just think what it would mean if you gave $100,000 to the Nick Lowry Champions for the Homeless program.
Yeah.
So you can show you're already invested in the homeless program, the community, the needs of that New York community. It'll show the big heart that you have. Then, and only then, will I consider giving you the chance to wear that celebrated number 8.
I love it. Your heart is right there, Nick. You've done such a great job for so many years.
Yes.
You've done an outstanding job. And speaking of that media, I mean, you go from Kansas City to the Jets. What is he going to face? Is it a plethora of 50, 60 media folks per day? And heck, if he burps wrong, they'll be writing about that there or what?
It's not going to be 50, 60. It's going to be 80, 100 now. It's going to be, frankly, a really good comparison with what happened when Joe Montana came in 1993. I mean, it's a rock star. Joe Montana, got to give him the favor, 4-0 in Super Bowls versus, I think, 1-1 with Aaron Rodgers, 2 MVPs, and certainly one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. But what he has to deal with, and I said this to Pat Cohn and Jim Miller on the NFL channel yesterday. Pat was the former assistant GM for the Jets. I said back then, the media, the Jets allowed the media in for an hour lunchtime for the entire practice. And by contrast, when Carl Peterson and Marty Schottenheimer came, the media could come into the locker room for 10, 15 minutes at lunchtime for the first 10, 15 minutes of practice, and then the last 15 minutes, so that they didn't see stuff that they weren't supposed to see, and they didn't hear stuff they weren't supposed to hear. And that's the most important thing, because what will happen is a little bit like those press conferences in the White House, whether it's Trump or Biden. They're going to ask you the same question 20 times, and 19 times you answer it perfectly. Yeah. You answer it in a way that makes you look good, the team looks good, and yet has hopefully some insight. And then the 20th time, there's some weird little inflection in your voice, a little hesitation, and they take that and blow it out of the water. Now, that doesn't mean that all New York media are terrible. It means they are like piranha, and they're all looking for the best new quote. So that's what he's going to have to deal with. It's not like Kansas City. It's not like Green Bay, where, they give you a break. They give you a little bit of space. There's going to be very little space in New York. And as we know, the last couple of years, as good as Aaron is, he started out the season not doing well. Remember, he had a horrendous first game 2 years ago. Now, of course, guess what he does? He learns and he gets better. And hopefully now you've got a head coach that protects him. You've got an organization that's not going to trade away or let slip away 2 or 3 of the best receivers in the entire National Football League. You're going to surround him with what he needs. But most importantly, manage the media, which is what he did in Green Bay. Just do that one call, that one podcast with the former punter for, I think it was Pittsburgh, or Indianapolis. And that's it. Keep to yourself. Load that locker room with protection and with safety and sanctuary, so you can focus on winning games for the Jets.
Pat McAfee was the punter then for Indianapolis. Yeah. All right, Nick. I'm real curious then. Look, you follow the league as well as anybody right now. With the showing up of Aaron Rodgers now with the Jets, the AFC East is loaded. The Bills, the Dolphins, the Jets, New England. I think they'll probably be last in that division. Is that now becoming the most difficult division in the NFL because of that?
You know what? You can make a strong argument for that. I remember everybody was saying the AFC West was going to be so great last year, and the Chiefs kind of destroyed it. I mean, I'm going to say that the Jets are going to win at least 11 games. I'm going to say they're going to make the playoffs. I think they're going to win at least one game in the playoffs because they've got a good, aggressive defense. It reminds me a little bit of Marty Schottenheimer in just a few games. That Chiefs team in 1989 was tougher, needless to say, have that much more talent at first, but it was more cohesive and it was tough and it stayed together. You have to, and I learned this with Pete Carroll. I mean, when he was my coach that first year in New York, you have got to develop double the loyalty and the integrity of the team over everything else in New York City.
Nick, it's interesting because it's win or bust with Aaron Rodgers. Hopefully, he plays the next 2 or 3 years. Zach Wilson can kind of sit behind him and look. But to your point there, yeah, it's if they can win at least 1 or 2 playoff games, build off of that, build toward next year. Aaron Rodgers isn't there just to make playoffs. He's coming in there, and they're paying the big bucks, the $54 million guarantee to win Super Bowls in Manhattan.
Yeah, and that's not Manhattan, Kansas, where you played, buddy. That's a big city. As good a team as Kansas State is, and our buddy Jim Bob Morris and Paul Kaufman and Gary Spaney and all those legends that surrounded you. But, yeah, when you're there, you're coming to win. Now, I do understand that they redid his contract so that the Jets have $15.2 million available that they're going to need to get better protection. I don't care when you're as good as Patrick Mahomes or as Aaron Rodgers. I say give him 1/2 extra second to throw the ball.
Yes.
And I don't care who your receivers are. I could catch with that because he's so accurate. He's ridiculously accurate. If he can stand and plant and have time to see the field, that's more important than anything. That $15 million, I think, should go straight to making sure they have backups and they have strength and they have maybe a push on the offensive line.
All right, Nick, talking about our good buddy Jim Bob Morse, fine Kansas State Wildcat, former Green Bay Packer.
Oh, boy.
El Bandito Yankee Tequila. El Bandito Yankee Tequila is the featured tasting sponsor for the Arizona Women's Expo, happening the 29th and 30th at the Phoenix Convention Center. As you being the ambassador, give us a little insight of what's going on, man. That's a going on. Nick, can you handle all that?
Dan, I think you and I need to head down to the Phoenix Convention Center and give about 400 women a sample of that Bandito and see what happens. We'll call it like a training camp for Cinco de Mayo. And you know what? We're also coming out with our new anejo, which is sort of like they say, we're aging, Dan, you and me, like fine wine. Well, maybe we're aging like fine El Bandito Yankee tequila. It is so smooth, we say it's criminal. And I have to tell you, I am proud to represent it because no one that I've given it to hasn't said it's outstanding. And it's about half as expensive as it should be. But that's the way it is. You can go and check it out. But that's one thing. And I also wanted to share with you that I'm representing COPA mental health. We talked about that. And by the way, what is it if it isn't that how an Aaron Rodgers level of not just 1 hour, but years of pressure. So tomorrow is the State Mental Health Seeds Conference. I'm honored to be speaking there representing COPA Health because they embrace the complexity of the human being. And you and I have talked about Champions for the Homeless. What I love is the work we've done, and I'm so grateful to you and Rock and the whole team to help us educate that we've humanized the homeless a little bit more here than elsewhere. And so the stories are of individuals. They're not just some, waste bucket of quote unquote the homeless. People see them as human beings. So anyway, just wanted to get that in. I love this work. I love representing, ironically, a tequila company, but in the end, the work we do here on the radio, the work we do in our careers, hopefully it benefits other people, and you've been really supportive for that reason, so I appreciate it.
Well, Nick, thank you so much. You're doing an outstanding job, and from Rock and myself and Jimmy B, keep up the great work. God bless you and all that you're doing because you are making a difference out there, brother.
Yes,
and I just hope you get that $100,000 from one Aaron Rodgers to contribute, buddy.
Hey, call us. If he sends it to you, you got to call us, and we got to have you on the show.
And remember, Roc and Manuch and Jimmy B, we are a 501c3 charity as well, too, so just kind of keep that in the back of your mind.
Exactly. I think we're going to have a 501c3 charity with El Bandito Tequila at maybe like one of those fine restaurants like Toca Madera. And that's when there's been a little donation from number 8, the newest number 8 for the New York Jets.
Well, that restaurant's got to be Barrio Queen, and we're there every Tuesday, Nick, so stop by as we'll see there. But hey, buddy, thanks so much.
Barrio Queen, buddy.
That's it. Thanks, Nick. We appreciate it. All you're doing, buddy.
Thanks, guys.
You're the best, pal. Thank you so much. You got it. There you go. Jimmy. You got it, man. Nick Lowry, Hall of Fame kicker with the Chiefs, and of course the Jets. We'll see if he gets the money from one.
We'll
Aaron
see if we're on that charity event there.
That's what you want to know.
Absolutely,
you want to know if
man.
we're getting any charity.
Let's keep Roc and Manuch and Jimmy B going for the next 30 years, man.
Coming up next, it's our Campus Quickies. We're going to run through the spring games of ASU, U of A, and NAU. Get you ready then, too, for the upcoming season as well. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
Behold, here's what's trending on Fox Sports 910 Phoenix.
The Diamondbacks have formally released pitcher Madison Bumgarner after he went unclaimed on waivers. He's now a free agent and can sign with any team. Game 1 of the Western Conference semifinals between the Suns and Nuggets is set for Saturday. The Suns are now the only NBA team without a G League affiliate after Portland's announcement of a franchise in the Developmental League. Previous affiliate Northern Arizona operated from 2016 up until the pandemic. A lot of talk around the Cardinals as to what they'll do with that number 3 overall pick in tomorrow's draft. There will be a watch party held at State Farm Stadium. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
It's Jason Payne, owner of State 48 Roofing and your sexy status roof guy on Instagram and Facebook. Lesser roofers cut corners, cobbling together patchwork roofs to meet a budget, not State 48 Roofing. Give us a call today for your maintenance, repair, or full replacement needs.
Hey, Arizona, if you're shopping for a new or certified used vehicle, visit any one of your 13 Valley Chevy dealers for the best deals and offers on trucks, crossovers, SUVs, and cars. The Silverado is the #1 best-selling full-size light-duty pickup. So check it out during truck season going on now at your Valley Chevy dealers or visit valleychevy.com. Based on S&G Global Mobility 2022 calendar year end, U.S. new vehicle registrations using GM custom retail registration type in the GM half-ton large pickup segments.
Tune in Mondays from 1 to 4 as Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B broadcasts live from the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. The Sportsbook at the CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona is sports fans' paradise. That's the guys live every Monday from CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona.
With one of the best savings rates in America, banking with Capital One is the easiest decision in the history of decisions. Even easier than choosing Slash to be in your band.
Next up for lead guitar. You're in.
Cool. Yep, even easier than that. And with no fees or minimums on checking and savings accounts, is it even a decision? That's banking reimagined. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One NA member FDIC.
I'm Byron Brown, the anti-lawyer lawyer. When it comes to your personal injury case, I'm straight to the point. I'll answer your call. No BS.
Campus Cookies here.
DraftKings Sportsbook is an official sports betting partner of the NBA. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app today and use code SPORTS for a special offer when you sign up. That's code SPORTS only at DraftKings Sportsbook.
Campus Quickies, your weekly quick fill of Wild, Sun Devils, Lumberjacks, and Lopes info.
Welcome back, everybody. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910. We're hanging out at Wright Toyota today, having a great time. Boys are busy. If you need a new vehicle, this is the place. Also, the pre-certified, not used cars. What is that again, Manuch?
Certified pre-owned vehicles.
That
Jimmy.
too.
Yeah.
Exactly. They're here as well. You can get anything that you want, and they'll take great care of you. All right, it's time for our Campus Quickies. Let's start first with Arizona State. And that means Hod Rabino, ASU Devils Digest. You can go to devilsdigest.com. Follow Hod on Twitter at Devils Digest. Hod, it's Jimmy B and Manuch. Welcome as always, pal. Let's just start you giving us your final assessment of Kenny Dillingham and what you witnessed at the spring game.
Sure. I think when it comes to offense, all the pieces are in place aside from the offensive line to really make this a more explosive, a more creative offense, really a group that can lead Arizona State perhaps even to that six-win threshold and a bowl eligibility. But offensive line, I still think remains quite the question mark out of spring. If they can shore up that group, then I think there's a definitely valid reason for optimism. When it comes on defense, again, it really just comes up to the trenches again. More specifically with the interior of the defensive line, because I feel that the edge positions and just the pass rushing in general is going to be much better. They can shore up out of the portal the interior of the defensive line. You just look at the rest of the group on this side of the ball, and I think they're pretty much set again to elevate in a significant manner the overall play of this football team.
Oh, what was basically the tone, center, the mantra for Kenny Dillingham and his staff out there that you saw continue through the entire spring?
Well, I think as cliche as it sounds, really to establish the culture of this team. Kenny Dillingham said that no team is going to have more fun than them, and no team is going to work harder than them. And I would say, by and large, that somebody was there each and every of the 15 spring practices. We definitely did see that. This is definitely a team that had a lot more energy, and the fun element was almost impossible to miss. But you definitely saw Kenny Dillingham really instituting that discipline, instituting that accountability. If players were not running between segments in practice, he would stop practice and have them do it again. So I think in terms of walking that fine, if not difficult, path of being a very player-friendly coach, but also really demand discipline and accountability, I think Kenny Dillingham so far is doing a fine job in that department.
About 40 seconds left. Is Bourget the starting quarterback when fall begins?
Absolutely. I understand why Dillingham and the staff did not make that announcement at the end of spring practice. You don't want to alienate the rest of the quarterback room in the middle of April. But I think it would take a lot for Drew Pine or anybody else to surpass Bourget as a starter when the August preseason camp begins. So, yes, I absolutely expect Aaron Bourget to be the starter.
Hey, real quick, what's the background of this young man from LSU, the 7-foot freshman, Sean Phillips, coming in from LSU? And also, is Warren Washington, is he still in the portal, or is he coming back to ASU? What's the latest with him?
Yeah, well, real quick, Warren Washington did take his name out of the NBA draft early entry list, and everybody thought that was a good sign that he is coming back to ASU. Well, sure enough, literally in the last, half an hour ago, Warren Washington entered the portal. Long story short, much like Devin Cambridge, these are two players that cannot get immediate eligibility because none of them have graduated or on track to graduate from ASU. So both of them are banking on getting a waiver from the NCAA that for whatever bizarre reason they're able to play immediately. Look, we all know the portal had the danger of wrecking college sports, whether it's football, basketball, whatever. And this is one fine example when you have players leaving ASU, not even on track to graduate, banking on their destination school, who's going to pump a lot of NIL money into their pocket, to also finagle some kind of waiver.
Glenn's ready.
That they can play immediately. To me, it's an absolute joke, and trust me, I'm trying really hard to use G-rated language.
Yes, we can feel your pain.
Yes, we do. Thank you, my man. It's always great when we catch up with you. You have a good day, man. Thanks for the info, as always.
Thank you.
You got it. All right.
Sure, thank you.
You got it, bud. Let's go. U of A. Here we go. And that means that Glenn Howell is our guest, the pre-halftime and post-game radio analyst, Wildcat Network. You can always follow him on Twitter at Glenn P. Howell. Glenn, it's Jimmy B and Manuch. How's everything with you today? And just give us your overall synopsis of what took place the spring game.
Bear down, boys. How you guys doing?
Always good.
The spring game was it was very interesting, just to say the least. Everything was focused on the defensive side of the ball to see how good we are going to be on the defensive side of the ball. Like we spoke last time, like our priorities this year was for Jed was to shore up our defensive side of the ball, and I think they've done a pretty good job of doing that. With the guys up front, we got Bill Norton. We got a guy from Indiana just transferred, Bio Mafiagato. I think how you say that last name. But we have a couple other, Manu from UCLA. We had over 900 pounds come in on the D line. So we're expecting a property tax coming pretty soon here from the city of Tucson, because we are taking up some real estate, which really makes me very, very happy. So that's what we needed to have, is the guys up front.
Yeah, Glenn, this team intimately years, and you broadcast, you analyze. What were you pleased to see overall with this team after spring ball?
I like to see that we're becoming to each position has a strong candidate at the starting position. So that's what we haven't had in a long, long time, guys. On both sides of the ball, defensive side of the ball, offensive side of the ball, the offensive line is getting better. Running backs are stacked. Receivers, we got a lot of wide receivers. So I'm really pleased that we have a lot of people that are playing very, very good during the spring ball, and looking forward to the fall ball coming in so they can improve and get ready for the season.
And the other thing, you look at Colorado, where they have 18 guys went into the portal. The other side of that is Coach Prime said he's going to probably pick up 25 guys in the portal. Did you guys lose anybody after spring ball to the portal? And will you be a player looking at some of those Colorado Buffaloes to bring in down to Tucson?
Yeah, we've already offered the wide receiver that left there from Colorado that had 12 grabs and 154 yards in the spring game.
Yes.
I think we're going to look. I think we still have 3 scholarships left, I believe. And I think they're going to be looking at that in the portal. And we didn't have very many. I don't think we had any guys that left after spring ball. So I think that this is Jed Fish's roster now. There's no more. There's maybe 2 guys for maybe Sumlin are still left. Harris and another kid, Maldonado maybe. But most of the guys are all Jed Fish guys.
It's going to be interesting. There's no question about that. Glenn, as always, thank you for the information, as it is always good stuff on U of A. Have a great day, pal.
All right, bear down, guys.
There you go. Glenn Powell, our guest. Now, let's move to NAU. And that means the longtime play-by-play voice of the Lumberjacks, Mitch Stroman, is our guest. You can always follow him on Twitter at Mitch Stroman. Mitch, Jimmy B, and Manuch, how's your day going, man?
My brother's from another mother. Great to talk with you guys this afternoon, a little Lumberjacks, and everything's going good up here on the mountain.
All right, we're good. I'm just real curious, your biggest takeaways then from spring football, everything that you were able to watch.
I think probably the first big takeaway, gentlemen, was a commitment and a renewed one to establish NAU's offense as having a credible and potent running attack. It's something that we haven't had for a couple of seasons. We got a transfer that came in time for spring ball, running back, young man by the name of Devon Starling. He was Ohio Valley Conference Freshman of the Year at Tennessee State. Put up about 2,500 all-purpose yards as a running back there at Tennessee State. Spring. I'm told that there's a transfer running back coming in this summer from SMU that's going to be an impact player. And I think head coach Chris Ball and offensive coordinator Aaron Flugrad have kind of changed their mindsets just a little bit. We do want to be a team that can get the ball vertically. And Manuch, I know you love that when I talk about the vertical game, but we need to have a credible running attack to make that vertical game possible. And I saw a real commitment to that in the spring for this Lumberjack football team.
Mitch, interesting. We just got done talking to Glenn Howell about the 95 different guys at Colorado that went into the transfer portal, give or take 95. Is any of you a player in some of those portals from the big schools to take a look at them if there's scholarships available?
Yeah, absolutely. And it's funny you bring that up because that is clearly a kind of a new job description, don't you guys think, for coaches and their coaching staff? And with the transfer portal now, you have to be able to spend an awful lot of time right now, right after spring ball, going through endless hours of tape and getting on the phone with folks to find those transfer portal nuggets that are going to be out there. I mean, take this SMU kid, for example. He's coming in through the portal earlier. This this is the type of thing that I think coaches, both at the FCS and FBS level, they're going to have to be able to navigate it successfully, or they're not going to be able to build, big time rosters and maintain those rosters in the long term.
All right. Now, I do not know the answer to my question, which is why I'm going to ask you, and hopefully you will know. Is there a deadline on the portal for you to transfer?
Yeah, I don't know the answer to that, Jimmy B. I wish I did. I'm still kind of learning all the intricacies of the portal as well. And right now, I'm also got my eyes on the college basketball portal.
Sure.
I mean, there's almost 2,000 kids in the Division I, Division II college basketball portal. Think about that for a minute. About 40% of all eligible players. Trying to keep an eye on that. I don't know the rules, guys, but I may not be the only one there.
Okay, Jax knows, so we're going to put him on the show right now. He's going to enlighten all of us.
April 30th is when it closes.
Football.
Yes.
The football.
Ooh.
April 30th. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate that.
Y'all better get on the Bigfoot up there. Get on that big old sled and get those guys in there. I got to tell you what, Mitch. Hey, a couple guys here and there. You talked about having all the positions slated. A little depth would help encourage and move that offense along.
Yeah, no doubt. And Manuch, the bottom line is this is part of the reason why you're seeing schools like NAU and others invest millions of dollars in facility improvements and upgrades. You got to sell the kids on the program and the coaches, yes, but they also need to see the goodies. They need to see that there's an investment in facilities and weight room and conditioning, nutrition. NAU is in that game. I mean, we spent over $50 million on our student athlete high performance center that opened up last year here in Flagstaff. Those types of things, you're going to see schools up and down the scale investing millions of dollars of capital to make their schools attractive to these kids, because the portal is the deal. Like it, hate it, love it, despise it. It's here to stay probably. And if you're not able to recruit kids through the portal and keep kids on your roster from going into the portal, you're going to have a difficult time building a winning football program.
He is our brother from another mother. It is indeed Mitch Stroman, NAU. Thank you, pal. You have a great day.
Always, guys. Love to have on with you, and have a great summer, and go Jacks.
There you go. All right. That's our little campus quickies. You got the update on U of A, ASU, and NAU. All right, a quick timeout on the way. Coming up, it's our random facts of the day, and it's next. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
This is the Odd Couple.
Hey, Jimmy, can we do the new out for Tim Kempton?
Look, obviously the guys that bet on football, I mean, they get what they deserve. You just can't do that. You know the rules. If you don't know the betting rules, then shame on you.
100%. Don't bellyache now and say the rules don't make sense or it's not fair. No.
With Chris Broussard and Rob Parker. Today at 4, tell your smart speaker to play Fox Sports 910.
Hey, it's Gross. Join me, Bauer, and Jackson every Saturday from 11 to 1 live from the Sportsbook at the CAZ Sports Bar at Casino, Arizona for Take the Points. Powered by the Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar.
Hey, sports fans, celebrate every big game with El Bandito Yankee, an ultra-premium tequila made from 100% Blue Weber agave in the highlands of Jalisco. Their certified additive-free Blanco and Reposado features a unique oxygenation process for a rich smoothness without that tequila burn. It's why they won platinum and gold medals and are now listed as one of the world's top tequilas by Rolling Stone. Head over to your local store, favorite bar, or restaurant in all 7 Barrio Queen locations. Go to elbanditoyankee.com and break out the Bandito with the official tequila of Game Day.
Truck season is going on now at your Valley Chevy dealers. Great offers going on now on trucks, SUVs, crossovers, and cars. See your Valley Chevy dealers for great deals happening right now during truck season, or visit valleychevy.com. That's valleychevy.com.
I'm Howard Mackler, founder of Innovation Refunds. You've heard me talking about the payroll tax refund for months. If you own a business, even if you've asked your CPA about this, you owe it to yourself to take another look. We provide a licensed and insured tax attorney who evaluates your company at my expense to determine eligibility. Businesses of all types can qualify, so go to getrefunds.com to potentially get a payroll tax refund of up to $26,000 per employee. Download the Innovation Refunds app or go to getrefunds.com, getrefunds.com.
Mr. Clean, Mr. Clean. Of course I use Mr. Clean Magic Eraser to clean tough messes off my stovetop and bathtub. But then I discovered I can also use it to easily clean my patio furniture and even my shoes. I'm hooked.
And when wipes won't cut it, I use Magic Eraser Sheets. They're thin and flexible erasers, perfect for everyday messes, like gunk on my counters and sinks. They really are magical.
The reviews are in. Mr. Clean Magic Eraser and Sheets make cleaning look easy.
Did you know the human head weighs 8 pounds?
Did you know that Troy Aikman in only 6 years has passed for 16,303 yards? Did you know the career record for most hits is 4,256 by Pete Rose, who was not in the Hall of Fame?
Do you know that my next door neighbor has 3 rabbits?
Now time for Fox Sports 910's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B to give you the random facts of the day driven by your Chevy dealers. Find new roads at your Chevy dealer. For a dealer near you, head to valleychevy.com.
Welcome back, everybody. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Fox Sports 910. We continue to roll until 4 o'clock this afternoon, and it is now time for your random fact of the day, and it is presented by your Valley Chevy dealer.
This was much-watched TV in the 70s. I'm sure, Jimmy, if they had tape recorders in those days, would tape it all the time. Great show. Charlie's Angels was originally going to be called the Alley Cats, and that's put Farrah Fawcett on the map. Was it Susan Smith on the map? And I forget who the third one was, but Cheryl Ladd replaced one Farrah Fawcett.
She did.
As she went on to go do the big screen, the silver screen, if you will. But that was Charlie's Angels. And Jax, I got to tell you what, if you ever get a chance, you and Richie back there at the fine palatial studios, get a chance, watch some of those episodes. As corny as they were absolutely great must-watch. And they pretty much put I would say, sex appeal back into cop shows, TV shows. There actually was some reasoning behind what they were doing. I believe.
I never caught up on the reasoning. I was just watching because of the ladies.
And there's the proverbial Farrah Fawcett poster.
Always.
I think every boy from the 6th or 7th grade on to college,
greatest poster ever,
had in their dorm room, in their room, or whatever. One Farrah Fawcett posing, and just a great shot. God rest her soul. Netflix is launching its Conor McGregor docuseries, McGregor Forever, on May 17th.
Oh, boy.
The project is the only place to hear his true story. The guy is so disjointed. Are you interested in watching a docuseries?
I don't care.
I'm not either.
I am.
Are you interested?
I just
Why?
love seeing how athletes become
who they are,
their greatness and stuff like that. I like seeing where they came from.
I have
and
no
how they are
interest in McGregor. I'd be interested in. I was interested in the Jordan Last Dance, obviously.
You know what? Obviously, because you were in it, Jimmy.
Well,
we understand. He was
I had nothing to do. Nothing
Did you make a cameo in that, Jimmy, in the background?
I wasn't in the background. 45 minutes in, I'm right there. The thing that is interesting to me, and I'm a big history guy, as you guys know, and I love the aspect of what Jax just mentioned about how did they get to that point. But for some reason, even though I've called UFC fights, I don't care.
Did you call a McGregor fight at all?
No, I did not do a McGregor.
See,
fight,
I'm not like Jax. I'm a history buff. I'm a social studies buff, if you will. I'm always intrigued. How did somebody become successful?
Correct.
Now, I will watch this to a point, but when all the shenanigans start to happen, his dysfunctionality as a person, you wonder, he ruined a good thing, I felt. But you fall down, you get back up, you fall down. He's pretty much a lightning rod, if you will. I don't have an interest in that side of his life, but I'm interested to see this young man out of Ireland, how he basically picked himself up from his bootstraps, like anybody.
Right.
Like the Jordan story, or this guy or that guy, whether it's business, whether it's sports, or whatever it is. How did you get to be where you are? And I think the commonality is a lot of hard work, a little bit of luck, but I think the perseverance and endurance, they really help. So I might peek at it just to kind of see before they get to all the dysfunctionality of one McGregor.
His documentary is going to be kind of like Tiger Woods. And I don't know if you've seen Tiger Woods' documentary.
I have seen
on
that.
HBO,
absolutely.
On how his father was and how it kind of transitioned to what he was.
Correct.
It hasn't finished because obviously his career is not done, but it'll be a good documentary.
Guys, last but not least, MLB Commissioner Rob Manfred said that the Oakland A's could be sharing the Las Vegas ballpark, the minor league ballpark. Holds about 10,000, right? The AAA affiliate, Las Vegas Aviators.
Been there.
While they wait for a new stadium to be built in Las Vegas. Currently, when you look at the Oakland Alameda Coliseum, whatever it's called right now.
It's a dump.
It's an absolute dump. He says, I hate to do it to the fans there, that the 2,000 or 3,000 that show up.
That's all that show up.
For the home games. And he said, as sad as that is, they'll draw more.
Oh, yeah.
In Las Vegas.
Oh, yeah. They'll sell out. 10,000. Are you kidding me?
And
They
absolutely.
will.
So that's just one of those business decisions.
Yes.
That he's going to definitely have to make. So that's going to be very key. And I think we probably see that for next season.
You know what this reminds me of? Exactly what we witnessed in the Valley with the Coyotes. They went from that arena, and they wanted out of that in the worst way, and they moved into a 5,000-seat arena, sell it out for every game, make it as much fun as possible. You'll see the A's sell out, except if it's 118 degrees and they're trying to play at
It's going to be a retractable dome.
Well, their new one.
The new one, yeah.
Not the AAA stadium.
The other thing with the Coyotes, Jim, remember this, there was no promise or no shovel to the ground when the Coyotes made that move over to the mullet.
That's correct.
So they're on a wing and a prayer right now. They had to bet on the come that this vote's going to go through on May 16th, that the constituents of Tempe will definitely go ahead and vote that in, because that was the risk that they took to go to the mullet and lease that out. Where in Vegas, the A's are going there no matter what.
Correct.
That's a done deal.
Yeah.
It's just that they're going to need a temporary home, which is going to be the AAA Ball Club. Those are your random facts of the day, which is brought to you by your Valley Chevy dealers. When you're shopping for a new or certified used vehicle, you need to go visit your Valley Chevy dealers today. There are 13 dealers in the Valley offering the best deals and offer on trucks, crossovers, SUVs, and cars. See your Valley Chevy dealers today, or just visit valleychevy.com.
And by the way, coming up in just a couple of weeks, you're going to have an opportunity to win a 75-inch smart TV from our friends at Valley Chevy. It is a brand new text and win contest. Everybody's got a spot for a 75-inch big screen. I know I do. All you have to do, check out the rocandmanuch.com website. rocandmanuch.com, their website, for more details, and it will start in just a couple of weeks. Also, a reminder, we're going to be broadcasting tomorrow from one of the now 5 Twin Peaks locations. Manuch, where are you going to be?
The Deer Valley location out there tomorrow.
It's going to be a lot of fun, as always. Hour number 3 is on the way as well. We're going to catch up with Suns radio analyst Tim Kempton. He's going to talk his thoughts on Devin Booker, Game 5 performance, along with Cardinals defensive lineman Michael Bankston on the upcoming NFL Draft. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B right here on Fox Sports 910.
Clear. Hey, Jimmy.
Hey, Arizona. If you're shopping for a new or certified used vehicle, visit any one of your 13 Valley Chevy dealers for the best deals and offers on trucks.
Fallout Boy.
What's up? This is Mark Hoppus from Blink-182.
It's iHeartRadio. The free iHeartRadio app is where the biggest stars in the world connect with you. Download it today.
In this week's Marketers Report, we learn about the value of local influencers in uncertain times from Allison Griffin, head of marketing at State Farm.
The economy is tough for everyone, and taking a step back and understanding the pain that your customers are currently going through because of a tough environment is really important. We have 19,000 agents across the country, and they understand what's going on in those very unique communities. iHeart has such a broad broadcast reach that is local, connected, and for us to be able to touch customers with a local feel but at a national scale is so efficient and important for us.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to all. Every audience, live conversations, trusted influencers, and the insights and data you need to grow. Not just a media company. iHeartMedia is your access company. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
What do you think of our new car from Carvana? Think it can handle our busy family? We have 7 days to see. First, let's stock up on groceries. Then we'll help your sister move, and we should really visit Grandma. That's like a whole lifetime in 7 days.
Confidently shop for cars with Carvana's 7-day money-back guarantee. Visit Carvana.com for all terms and conditions.
The Venture X card from Capital One gives you premium travel benefits, perfect for seeing Taylor Swift The Eras Tour. Presented by Capital One. Oh, I do love her. Earn 5 times miles on flights and 10 times miles on hotels through Capital One Travel.
Enjoy your stay in Suite 13.
Whoa, 13? That's Taylor's lucky number. The Venture X card from Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Joe Brown here with Accident Law Group. If you were hurt in an accident, find us on the web at accidentlawgroup.com.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting from the Superbook.com studio. Superbook Sports, now live. This is KGME Phoenix, KESC HD2 Phoenix. Listen on the free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Plenty of speculation surrounding the Cardinals and what they'll do with that 3rd overall pick in tomorrow's draft. There's going to be a watch party held at State Farm Stadium. The Diamondbacks have formally released Madison Bumgarner after he went unclaimed on waivers. He's now a free agent and can sign with any team. Game 1 of the Western Conference semifinals between the Suns and Nuggets comes up this Saturday. And the Suns are now the only NBA team without a G League affiliate after Portland's announcement of a franchise in the Developmental League. Previous affiliate Northern Arizona operated from 2016 up until the time of the pandemic. I'm Frank Harity on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
Now your chance to win $1,000. Just enter the nationwide keyword HAPPY at foxsports910.com. That's HAPPY at foxsports910.com.
This is the Parker & Sons Weather Center. For all your AC, plumbing, and electric needs, call Parker.
Skies tonight with those temperatures zipping down into those low 60s. And then for your Thursday, plenty of sun with those temperatures in the mid-90s. For the Fox 10 weather experts, I'm Ty Brennan.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. At Blindster, we offer over 50 different custom window treatments, including forward blinds and shutters, all at prices less than retail. Plus, we'll send you free samples before you buy. Don't hire an expensive pro. Do it yourself and save big at Blindster.com.
Boom, boom. Yeah, I got it.
Calling all sports with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Proudly sponsored by On Air Sports Marketing and is powered by the injury attorneys Lerner and Rowe. In a wreck and need a check? Make one call. That's all. 602-977-1900. And always online at lernerandrowe.com. Now time for Calling All Sports with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. On Fox Sports 910.
Hey, everybody, it's our final hour. Don't everybody stand up and applaud all at once. We're broadcasting here at Wright Toyota, one of Manuch's favorite places. You guys have been coming here a long time.
Almost, Roc and Al will be in Roc and Manuch. Going to be added the last couple of years.
Yep.
It'll be 19 years on September 6th. And Wright Toyota has been there for every step of the way. They've been with us 18 of the 19 years.
Wow, that's great.
Matter of fact, we've been in this showroom with our initial set for several years. Now we got our regular set here at Wright Toyota in the showroom with all these outstanding certified pre-owned vehicles. And, God, you think back and go back, and we've been going through the 2005 models all the way through the 2023 models, Jimmy. Absolutely.
That's great. I'm surprised they put up with you guys this long.
Well, we are
good.
We keep showing up. We've got the magic key.
You do.
We get the master key that lets us in, and it's amazing. All of the the certified pre-owned vehicles you were talking about, all the Maseratis, and looked at the Rolls Royces.
They've got Porsches here,
the Harleys, and then all the outstanding Tundras and the regular Toyotas that they got that are out there all over the place. A Camry, matter of fact, there's a Camry out there. a 2023 certified pre-owned.
You got your eye on it?
I was looking at that champagne colored.
Yeah.
Gorgeous. But I love my Toyota Corolla. Gives me a good 40 miles to the gallon.
Yep.
As you know, I'm on the freeway morning, noon, and night.
You're a busy boy.
I go from North Tucson to South Flagstaff about every other day.
You're everywhere.
I love my mods. I love my Corolla. So I'm going to hold on to that bad boy for the next, 15, 20 years.
Well, the Phoenix Suns took care of business last night as they win over the Clippers, and Devin Booker goes for 47 points.
And takes him to the boom room.
I'm loving that. K-Ray, we love you, K-Ray. That's awesome, dude.
I'm trying to track down one Kevin Ray.
You got to get him on.
He's got to get there. We're trying to get him on Friday. I don't know what time they're heading for Denver.
Right.
But that Suns game will be, we don't know what time they're going to tip off on Saturday in Denver. But we'll try to track him down. He's got to copyright that, man.
He does. That's a great call.
And you got to get the T-shirts out there now. And you get the
strike
photo
while it's hot.
Yeah, you get the photo. You work your deal out the NBA and Devin Booker. You give them a small percentage. Go get the T-shirts going out there.
Yeah.
And the boom room. There's Devin Booker, and anybody that can get off the ground that can slam it home is welcome to the boom.
All right, I'll do it one more time. Here we go. The Suns beat the Clippers 136 to 130. The reason, Devin Booker
takes him to the boom room.
47 points and 10 assists last night. All right, they're playing baseball also downtown. It is the final game between the D-backs and the Royals. Update, here's Jax.
And the D-backs are up now 2-0, top of the ninth inning. The second run came from Rivera, who singled to left field, and Alec Thomas scored. And then the first run was in the bottom of the fourth inning. Longoria singled to left, and Rivera scored.
And we'll get an update also on our State 48 roofing. It's your call question of the day, Manuch.
And that was Devin Booker's 25-point third quarter the best quarter you've ever seen by a Phoenix Sun in a playoff game?
Mm-hmm.
Just go to @Roc and Manuch on Twitter, and you can answer yes, absolutely, or no, Barkley had many. Well, currently leader in the clubhouse, yes, absolutely, with 62.5%.
Okay.
No, Barkley had many, 37.5%. I was there during that whole Barkley era.
Right.
Barkley didn't have that kind of a quarter that grandiose, but he had some outstanding finishes.
Yes.
And the one finish I'll never forget was against Houston, and then when they went up on a 3-0 lead the second year, the year after they went to the finals against the Bulls, and he hit a last-second shot from just at the top of the key.
I saw it, remember?
The three-pointer,
Yep.
hit it at the end of the game, set, match. I believe it was to take the 3-0 lead on the Houston Rockets, who then proceeded to come back and win 4 in a row, win the Western Conference title, 4-3 over the Phoenix Suns.
How disappointed were you? Did your heart just fall out of your chest?
Jimmy, it wasn't 1 year, it was 2 years. Back to back.
I know.
The nemesis of the Houston Rockets,
Yeah.
after we had just gone to the
Michael
Western
Jordan
Conference
Bulls.
Finals.
Yeah.
Hey, Danny Ainge, you were told to guard Pax. Jim Paxson off the side there. You're supposed to not leave your guy after they told you in the huddle.
Yeah.
Don't ever bring this up to Tom Chambers.
I won't. I know. He's still hot about it.
TC, and he goes, and the thing about it, when he told the story several years ago, we had him on the show, and the thing about it, we told him in the huddle, and as we were breaking the huddle, don't leave Paxson at all. We can handle it. We can handle it down low.
Man.
Don't leave Paxson. What's Danny Ainge do? Goes for the guy going down low. They kick it out to Pax.
Boom.
Easy, uncovered three-pointer.
Yep.
Boom. Goes the dynamite.
See you. Wouldn't
was
want to
it.
be you.
No,
Yeah. Oh, that was
unfortunately.
crushing when that took place. Anyway, the Suns are going to be matched up against Denver Nuggets, and that will be on Saturday. An official time has not been issued yet, but when we get it, we will, of course, pass it along to you tonight. Other NBA playoff action this evening. I cannot wait for the Kings and the Warriors tonight.
Ooh, man.
And De'Aaron Fox, even though he has that fractured index finger, it is on his shooting hand. He says, there's no way in hell I'm not going to play in this game.
Going back to Sacramento, correct?
Yes, that is correct.
And the Warriors can't win on the road this year.
Well, that's been their MO.
but it's the Warriors.
Yeah, I know.
It's playoff time.
Yeah.
And, you got the big fellas back in the middle. Draymond Green is back, is he not?
He is.
The whole band is back.
They're back together.
I got to go with the Warriors, man. I just have to. I think the Sacramento Kings, I think reality is going to set in, and playoff experience, Jimmy.
That's the key.
Is going to kick in for this Warriors team after the 3-ball is alive and well with Klay Thompson, Steph Curry. And I don't think that Steph Curry will have any more bonehead mistakes. And I guess you're allowed one of those once every 50
calling
years.
a timeout when it wasn't there. Yeah.
I don't know. All of a sudden, here come the Warriors. They're getting their groove back. The Lakers are getting their groove back. And I think it's experience that starts to pay off, especially on the road by the Warriors.
This is going to be a dogfight tonight. It really is. It is going to be
2 minutes.
A up and down game. It is going to be racehorse basketball, and everybody is going to try to take the ball to the basket. Similar to what we saw with the Los Angeles Lakers when they beat the Grizzlies the other night. What did they do? They kept going hard to the basket. You're going to see that in this game tonight as well.
Yeah, I think that's going to be definitely key. And, Jax, I know you wanted to chime in a little bit about DeAndre Hopkins.
Yeah.
Kind of set that up for us before we throw it back to Richie, what this is all about.
Yeah, it's kind of bittersweet when it comes to, DeAndre Hopkins getting traded. The Cardinals fans are disappointed with that, but I think at this point, the trade rumors have been going on since January. Everyone wants to get it done. Well, according to Pac-Man Jones, longtime corner and return specialist of the NFL, he's close friends with D-Hop. He says that his sources have said something could be happening tonight or tomorrow with the Chiefs or the Bills. Listen to this, courtesy of the Pat McAfee Show.
My sources just hit me and said Bills and KC. My sources said that something might happen tomorrow. Well, something definitely gonna happen tomorrow, tonight or tomorrow.
You know what? Is he like at a strip club? Is he making it rain while he's doing that interview? I'm just real curious.
No, Jim, I think seriously here. He's dialed in, obviously. And that was that last night? Was that today or the last night?
Today. That's today.
And matter of fact, did we not talk about this yesterday? That if the Cardinals are going to do anything and get any kind of value, that something had to happen either today or tomorrow or on Friday in reference to if he's a third round, if the Cardinals get a third round guy, second or third round guy, if it's a first rounder, you want to make that today or tomorrow early, or if it's going to be a second or third rounder, you want to make that Friday. So I would hope, we talked about this, that now's the time to make that trade in order to see what the Cardinals get in the draft.
So my question to you is, the Cardinals have the 34th pick in the second round. Could you potentially see maybe the Chiefs packaging 31 via the Cardinals would have to trade 34 and D-Hop, so maybe you trade up to 31, or even for the Bills, they got number 27,
right?
So you could get 27 and package it with 34 and D-Hop, which would be, I think, a better scenario. Instead of getting maybe a late third-round pick, you could maybe slip in someone there, late first round?
I would, because I look at that as far as getting that return. He doesn't want to be here.
No, he doesn't.
So if you get something of value, a defensive back, a defensive lineman, offensive lineman, you got so many needs. Yeah, and it makes total sense when you hear that they're ready to make this thing happen, because the draft starts tomorrow, first round only, and then Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So I think I'm going to prognosticate it, guys. Just predict.
All right.
It's probably going to be a third rounder that they eventually get, and work something out to your point there, Jax, from that standpoint.
Does that happen tonight or tomorrow, or does that happen Friday?
I think it happens Friday. It happens before the second, third, what is it, second through
third,
second and third.
Friday.
Yeah, that makes more sense. Tomorrow is going to be all about the first rounders, and he's not going to. Cardinals are not going to get a first rounder for him.
I'm with you. All right, we have a quick break coming up, but when we come back, Suns analyst Tim Kempton is going to be our guest. We are going to discuss with him, and here we go again. Devin Booker with a 47-point performance. Boom room. That is so good. We're going to have that for you. He is next. It's right here. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Fox Sports 910. Team to the boom room.
It all starts.
Sorry, I was late with that one. I wasn't expecting it.
Football fans,
3 days.
This is an exciting night.
259 names. And one place that will cover all the action. The first round kicks off at 5 p.m. right here on Fox Sports 910.
Valley traffic from the Valley Toyota Dealers Traffic Center.
Here's what I'm looking at right now. A lot of heavy traffic west of the valley, heading west on I-10 from Jackrabbit Trail over to Verado Way. Also a crash in the West Valley, eastbound 10 near 107th Avenue. Then as traffic slowing back to Bullard. A crash with injuries in the East Valley on Warner west of the 101. A crash on 19th Avenue and Union Hills. I'm Lee Powell, checking the roads.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. At Blindster, we offer over 50 different custom window treatments, including faux wood blinds and shutters, all at prices less than retail. Plus, we'll send you free samples before you buy. Don't hire an expensive pro. Do it yourself and save big at Blindster.com.
Whether it's beer and wings with the guys or a steak or ribs with that special someone, Tavern Grill Scottsdale is the place to be. Tavern Grill is now the home of Huss Brewing Company's Roc and Manuch Lager. Tavern Grill Scottsdale at 8880 East Via Linda.
Shopping for a mortgage? Big banks can be a big hassle. Call GC Global Capital and work with a local team of mortgage experts for great rates and lower fees, more options, and faster closings. Don't let your dream home purchase turn into a nightmare. Call the professionals at GC Global Capital, 480-397-9300. GC Global Capital, your local mortgage professionals.
GC Global Capital is an Arizona licensed mortgage broker. NMLS 1091187. License MB 0924983. An equal opportunity lender.
Tune in Mondays from 1 to 4 as Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B broadcasts live from the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. The Sportsbook at the CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona is sports fans' paradise. That's the guys live every Monday from CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona.
Hey, Arizona, if you're shopping for a new or certified used vehicle, visit any one of your 13 Valley Chevy dealers for the best deals and offers on trucks, crossovers, SUVs, and cars. The Silverado is the #1 best-selling full-size light-duty pickup. So check it out during truck season going on now at your Valley Chevy dealers or visit valleychevy.com. Based on S&G Global Mobility 2022 calendar year end, U.S. new vehicle registrations using GM custom retail registration type in the GM half-ton large pickup segments.
Progressive protects more than just your home and car. You could save when you bundle your motorcycles, ATVs, boats, and RVs. Doesn't that sound good? Like the sound of your boat cruising along the Intercoastal. And there's the sound of the prop hitting a really big rock. And now the sound of waves, because the engine stopped. But you know what does sound good? You're covered with Progressive. So bundle all your vehicles and home in one place and save with the multi-policy discount. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers.
This is Doug Gottlieb. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by DraftKings Sportsbook. Game 1 of the Western Conference semifinals between the Suns and Nuggets is Saturday. A lot of speculation surrounds the Cardinals and what they'll do with the third overall pick in tomorrow's draft. A watch party will be held at State Farm Stadium. The Commanders declined to pick up oft-injured defensive end Chase Young's fifth-year option. The 2020 Defensive Rookie of the Year could become a free agent after this season. I'm Frank Arity.
DraftKings Sportsbook is an official sports betting partner of the NBA. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app today and use code SPORTS for a special offer when you sign up. That's code SPORTS, only at DraftKings Sportsbook.
Part of the Phoenix Suns NBA Finals team. NBA and Suns color analyst Tim Kempton now joins the Roc and Manuch show on Fox Sports 910 on FM at 99.9 HD2.
Booker on the drive, rising up and takes him to the boom room. Takes him to the boom room. I'm down with that. I'm telling you right now. Calling it out, man. Hey, Richie, just section that off. And when I say something that excites everybody, hit that boom room. I want that. I want that as a drop.
You'd have to get on the ladder for you to get to the boom room.
Oh, man. K-Ray, you're the best, pal. Thank you to Bally's for that highlight. Tim Kempton is our guest, the longtime radio analyst. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on Fox Sports 910. Timmy, it's Jimmy B and Manuch. As always, welcome. You are sitting right there watching a 50-point third quarter. In all of your years of playing the game, did you ever experience a 50-point quarter?
Well, 50-point quarter, yeah, but not probably in that situation. You know, the game 5 where you're struggling to beat a team that's playing exceptionally hard, playing well without a couple of superstars. You know, it's always amazing when you get those kind of performances in pressure situations. And then Devin Booker, what he did in that quarter himself was absolutely, amazing. Just goes to show you what kind of a special player he is, and nothing against Kevin Durant or Chris Paul or DeAndre Ayton, but that's who Devin Booker is. That's why the Phoenix Suns are in the position they are, and Devin Booker is leading the Phoenix Suns.
Tim, our State 48 Roofing Your Call question of the day was Devin Booker's 25-point third quarter the best quarter you've ever seen as a Phoenix Sun in a playoff game? And if you want to go vote, Tim, just go to @Roc and Manuch on Twitter. And your answers are yes, absolutely, or no. Barkley had many. And speaking of front and center, you were there for many big quarters by Chuck. Was that better than anything that Chuck had put out, at least in a quarter situation?
I don't know. I mean, can't we just have them all? Do we have to pick one?
Yes.
I mean, they're all great. If you're a Phoenix Suns fan, that's the beauty of it. You get to relish and remember and live those experiences. And right now, Devin Booker is absolutely he's the best player in the playoffs. I mean, Kawhi Leonard had 2 great games. What Devin Booker did in the series is unbelievable. Obviously, Jimmy Butler the other night for Miami, putting the Miami Heat up 3-1 against the Milwaukee Bucks is unbelievable. The shot that Trae Young makes last night in the Boston Garden. I mean, there's some performances that are just unbelievable right now. But Devin Booker's the most consistent guy and leading his team in the playoffs. And not only that, one of the other things you look at the stats. He's the leading steal getter in the playoffs right now. He's averaging like 1.7 blocks a game. He's doing so much for this team. Last night he had double-digit assists to go along with 47 points on that.
Yeah, I think the other thing, too, that we just had a soundbite of Monty Williams talking about that quarter per se and what the offense is. And he says, hey, look, we just kind of let Book run it. There's really nothing set. Everybody kind of knows where they need to go and kind of the system within the system. And I thought it was kind of neat, Tim, for him to kind of pull that curtain back and say there's really nothing set up. It's just guys kind of have an idea when somebody's hot like that to allow them to instigate everything.
Yeah, exactly. And Devin Booker's obviously the orchestrator of that. Sometimes he was calling, DeAndre over to get Mason Plumlee or Ivica Zubac, whoever the big was on the floor at the moment, or calling, Kevin Durant over if Eric Gordon. So he was just orchestrating it. Yeah, and then when you have a player like Devin Booker that's going like that, you just let him orchestrate. Hey, if there's a double team, get in a spot where I can find you. There were 2 plays, one off an offensive rebound where he found Chris Paul in front of the bench for a 3, and later on they double teamed him on the extreme right-hand side of the court, and he found Kevin Durant over in the extreme right-hand side of the court in that 3. His court vision with people running numbers of guys at him, his court vision doesn't get smaller. It actually expands when they try to make him, kind of go into a shell. He actually grows and sees more of the court. So some of the plays he was making, some of those assists were just as good as the shots that he was making.
All right, so in the fourth quarter, when everybody thought the game was pretty much going to be over, Nicholas Batum decided he was going to show up. Yeah, what in the wide world of sport is going on? He had been dreadful most of the series, Tim, and then all of a sudden he catches lightning in a bottle.
Yeah, not dreadful, almost dreadful. He was dreadful for he came in averaging 0.8 points a game, and he was 1 of 11 from behind the arc in the series. So he goes 5 for 8, scores 19 points. And that's the thing. They have guys like Toby Keith. I'm good once as I ever was. And that was Nicholas Batum. He used to be able to put those numbers up every night, but right now he does it 1 every 3 or 4 games. The same thing with Russell Westbrook. He put up, 1 or 2 phenomenal games, but for the most part, he's a 4 for 20 guy. He's a 3 for 19 guy, and that's the one that showed up. Now, don't get me wrong, Russell Westbrook still is the greatest competitor that I've ever seen in the NBA, and he plays hard on every possession. It's just he's lost a little bit of his scoring touch and his shot selection, and he gets a little bit crazy with his turnovers off the dribble. Sometimes I think he's going too fast. But yeah, Nicholas Batum showed up and made those threes in the fourth quarter. They went 5 of 8 from 3-point land in the fourth quarter alone, and it was. And listen, Russell Westbrook had a layup to tie it up, missed the layup, and they had 3 turnovers in a row, and that was the game. It could have been totally different if things, if they took care of the ball a little bit better.
Suns radio analyst Tim Kempton joining us here on the right show to guest line Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Tim, it's interesting, the fact that we sat there, we bemoaned the offensive rebounds again, seemed to be the nemesis to keep this Clippers team around. 17 offensive rebounds, boards by this Clippers team, and the Suns 11. You're going to play a very, very big team going to Denver. Once again, do we call Amazon Prime to deliver some offensive boards to this Suns team, or how are you going to manage that with a much bigger team in the Denver Nuggets?
Who's bigger on the Denver Nuggets?
Get the 2 big guys down low.
Which 2 guys are you talking about?
I'm talking about the Joker, number 1. He's in
Michael Porter. You got Porter, and you also Aaron Gordon.
Michael Porter Jr. wants absolutely no part of the paint. Listen, I think that matchup with the LA Clippers was the toughest matchup in the first round. Now, granted, Kawhi went out earlier. Ivica Zubac and Mason Plumlee. There is no one bigger in the front line in the NBA with those 2 guys. Not only are they big, they're both athletic, more athletic than you think they are, and they're extremely physical. Nikola Jokic is big, but he does not play like Ivica Zubac and Mason Plumlee. Aaron Gordon is athletic, but he's 6'8", 6'9". He is not Mason Plumlee or Ivica Zubac. I think the Suns, yes, they got hammered on the glass. And it wasn't only – and Russell Westbrook. Tell me who rebounds like Russell Westbrook and anybody else in the league from his position, the athleticism, the tenacity of Russell Westbrook. I think that was a perfect first-round matchup for the Phoenix Suns. Yes, the Denver Nuggets, they are not nearly as big and as athletic and tenacious as the LA Clippers are on the board. Half the time, Nikola, the Joker, is at the free throw line throwing passes around. Listen, that is definitely something that the Suns have to do a better job at. But listen, the LA Clippers are very unique in what they do. The Suns will be much better prepared for the Denver Nuggets on the glass.
Do you see this game and this matchup then being a slower tempo game than what we witnessed against the Clippers?
No, the Denver Nuggets love to run. They get the ball out. Even Nikola Jokic, he gets it off the glass. He is pushing it. Jamal Murray wants to get up and down the floor. This is a team that wants to push it. Yes, they're very good in the half court, and they do not mind playing half court because they run everything through Nikola Jokic as that point, big man running cuts off of him, back cuts to the basket. But that's a team that'll play and get going up and down the board, up and down the floor if they rebound the board defensively. So this isn't going to be a slow series. Both get up and down the floor very well. So rebounding again is going to be key. If you can control that defensive glass and get some easy buckets in transition, both these teams will take advantage of that.
Tim, and I felt more encouraged watching Okogie and Busy with their play off the bench. Cam Payne still looks a little sluggish. Only played 3 minutes. But were you encouraged they scored 22 points that this Suns bench should have more success against Denver?
Well, I think Monty goes back a little bit more towards his rotation. I think it starts with Cameron Payne. It's great to see him on the floor last night just running up and down for those 3 minutes. Now you have these couple of extra days. I think he gets back into rotation, and I think that goes well for Terrence Ross, Josh Okogie. First of all, I think Josh Okogie goes back to the starting lineup. I think he is the matchup against Jamal Murray. Torrey Craig fits better going up to Kawhi Leonard just because he had more size. I think Jamal Murray fits more into the Josh Okogie defensive matchup. So I think he goes back into the starting lineup. Now you have Cameron Payne, and you have Torrey Craig, you have Bismack or Jock Landell coming off the bench. I think Monty goes back more to a traditional rotation in this series with the Denver Nuggets, and I think it starts with that waterfall effect of Cameron Payne getting back on the floor.
All right, Tim, you heard K-Ray come back there on Valley Sports. We're talking about D-Book going to the Boom Room. So how often did you visit the Boom Room? Or are you one of those layup guys? Just turn around and just kind of lay it in?
Yeah, I probably would have kicked you guys off. How many dunks did DeAndre last night? Were you guys have? DeAndre had 3 or 4 dunks last night.
3 or 4 dunks.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's usually what you guys get excited about. That was a pretty impressive move by Devin Booker. That's not the game and going down the middle like that. What did he call it? The Boom Room?
The Boom Room.
That's what K-Ray called it.
K-Ray calls it the Boom Room.
Yeah.
Man, these guys and all the things they come up with, it's unbelievable. They think they're like in the entertainment business or something. They've all got to have their own. They all got to have their snazzy call, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Speaking of snazzy, you've been working with a guy for many, many years, in Al McCoy. 90th birthday. What did you get Al for his birthday day? Number 90. Where do you get a guy that's 90 years old there, Tim?
Hey, that's between Al and I. Don't you worry about what I got Al.
You're the best.
We're
pal.
so happy that those Sonic gift cards work, big fella. We like that.
Yeah. Thank you, Timmy.
I won't even go there.
Thanks, Tim. We'll talk to you, buddy.
Good luck.
Thank you. Okay. All right. Fair enough. We've got Tim Kempton on record now. Suns in 6. That works. And Tim is driven by All City Towing, and they're continuing to grow. And if you're looking for a new gig, you might as well check out All City Towing. They have positions available. They have incredible benefits, and they also have a matching 401k program, a 50% match option on that 401k. All you have to do is just go online and go to allcitytowing.com and search careers. That's allcitytowing.com and search careers. All right, so we're going to transition then from basketball to football. Of course, the reason, NFL draft tomorrow. That means that we're going to have former defensive lineman Michael Bankston coming up next. He's going to give us his thoughts on what the Cardinals will or won't do. It's next. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
This is what's trending on Fox Sports 910 Phoenix.
D-backs say Zach Gallen tossed 6 1/3 innings of shutout ball in today's 2-0 win against the Royals to extend his scoreless streak to 28 innings. The team formally released pitcher Madison Bumgarner after he went unclaimed on waivers. He's now a free agent and can sign with any team. Game 1 of the Western Conference semifinals between the Suns and Nuggets set for Saturday. And the Suns are now the only NBA team without a G League affiliate after Portland's announcement of a franchise in the developmental league. Previous affiliate Northern Arizona operated from 2016 up until the pandemic. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
This is the My Guy Referrals Weather Center. Visit myguy.com for 5-star local referrals. Make My Guy your guy.
Skies tonight with those temperatures zipping down into those low 60s. And then for your Thursday, plenty of sun with those temperatures in the mid-90s. For the Fox 10 weather experts, I'm Ty Brennan.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. Shopping for new blinds? At Blindster, we offer over 50 different blinds, shades, and shutters at low prices, custom made for your windows, and shipping is free. Shop at home and order 10 free samples of any product before you buy. Blindster.com.
Arizona's largest locally owned A-plus BBB rated towing company is All City Towing. They're always looking to add motivated and competitive team members. Do you fit the bill? If so, head on over to allcitytowing.com/careers for more information.
You hear it now, the lawyer adds, and I'll repeat it in this one. All personal injury attorneys are not the same.
Sure, we all claim to do the same things, but that's where the similarities between Lerner & Rowe and all other law firms end. Lerner & Rowe was recently named the second most influential law firm in the country, and we've collected billions of dollars for our clients, with over $1 billion in the last 5 years alone. If you want real results after you've been hurt in a car wreck, call Lerner & Rowe today.
Lerner & Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Right Toyota, the #1 volume Toyota dealer in the state of Arizona, ensures you a buying experience that will exceed all your expectations. Check it out for yourself. Located just off the 101 on Franklin Wright Boulevard in Scottsdale and online at righttoyota.com.
Spring has sprung and it's full tilt boogie time at GiveMeTheVin.com. America's best car buyer.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
In this week's Marketers Report, Patrizio Spagnoletto, Global Chief Marketing Officer, Direct-to-Consumer for Warner Bros. Discovery, weighs in on building trust.
Trust is a really hard thing to build and a really easy thing to destroy. And we have to be very respectful about that. Our partnership with iHeart has really helped us build that trust and that relationship with the on-air talent.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences.
What's the funniest thing ever that he's going to be a draft analyst?
If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
You don't need to get personal, like revealing orange juice commercials make you cry, to get the State Farm personal price plan. Just call or go to statefarm.com for a quote. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Prices vary by state. Options selected by customer. Availability and eligibility may vary.
Staples has everything you need to travel, from passport photos to luggage. And now get 20% off your in-store purchase when you buy any travel service, like passport photos in just 10 minutes. In-store only. Offer ends 4/29. Exclusions apply. Get all set to jet at Staples.
Michael Bankston. He's a proud Sam Houston State alum who played 9 seasons in the NFL for the Bengals and Cardinals.
Number 63 rolling down the sideline.
Michael Bankston just picking that ball up and rambling. Ranked number 62 on the Arizona Republic's top 100 all-time Cardinal players. A great follow on Twitter at Big Bank 90. Michael Bankston. Now on Roc and Manuch on Fox Sports 910 on FM at 99.9 HD2.
You can take that to the bank.
Welcome back, everybody. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. We are hanging out here today at Wright Toyota in Scottsdale, right on Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard, having a great time, and we are here until 4 o'clock. Well, you just heard the intro. Banks is here. He's joining us. Banks, it's Jimmy B and Manuch. How ready are you for tomorrow night's NFL draft?
I got my cigar ready, so I'm ready to celebrate whatever pick they pick at that third pick tomorrow. We'll see what happens. I know they got a lot of positions to fill, but I know Jonathan Gannon indicated he got his eyes on one guy, and he said they're going to get that guy. So that will indicate probably a no trade going into tomorrow's draft. So we'll see.
Let me ask you this. Were you aware when you think way back in 1992, when one Michael Bankston was taken in the 4th round, pick 100, that the Cardinals, you had any inkling that the Cardinals would be picking you out of Sam Houston State?
No, I did not have any idea it would be the Cardinals picking me. I didn't realize that they were really slating me as a nose tackle coming out of the draft because I played mostly tackle. I did play some nose. My first 2 years was at end, so I had to go technically to a 3-4 team. So that's probably why they were a big time 3-4 team at that time. So you're just happy. I was a 4th rounder, 100 pick. You were just happy to get that call at that time.
So you being the country bumpkin you were out of Sam Houston State, did you know where Phoenix, Arizona was? You realize it was west of the Mississippi, right?
You got jokes, but you know what? You're telling the truth. I didn't pay attention in geography. So I had to say, you know what? My statement was, after I got that call, I said, now where the hell is Arizona? But I quickly figured out where it was. I quickly figured out how hot it was. But again, when you go through the draft and you do all those things that you need to do to prepare yourself, you just hope that you get drafted. 1992 was the last year of 12 rounds. And then after that, it went to 7 rounds. So it's a less opportunity for those guys to get drafted at any level. So, I was thankful. Yes, I'm like everybody else. I thought I would go higher, but, it is what it is. History made itself, and I'm good with it.
All right. Banks, we want to play this for you. Steve Keim, former Cardinals GM, was a guest on the Dan Patrick radio show, and he was talking about drafting Kyler Murray or Nick Bosa. This roughly 4 years ago. We'd just like to have you listen to this. Once again, this is Steve Keim on the Dan Patrick Show.
It was an interesting conversation when it came down to whether we were going to take him or Nick Bosa, which has turned out to be a phenomenal player. And that's the fun process of the scouting game, is the evaluation part of it. And not just who's a better player, what's a better fit for your organization at that point in time.
If I gave you a do-over.
Well, Kyler Murray got me an extension. Nick Bosa probably would have got me fired.
Your reaction to that, Banks?
Well, I'm going to be honest. When I was on the station, because they brought me and Mark May in for that draft pick, and I actually indicated I wanted Nick Bosa as well. Because I'm a defensive player, so I know we need to build that defense up because defense wins championship. Well, yeah, as you can see, Nick Bosa is a hell of a player, and as well as Kyler Murray in his own right. So, it was just hindsight 22. You got to go up there and, in your mind, picking the best player that's slated for that position through all the various different people, the analysts and everything else say, hey, this is the best player on the board. They got it slated on their board, and so you take them at that time. So, it panned out. But I was going for Nick Bosa.
Here's the thing. That'd be Steve Keim, Cliff Kingsbury, Michael Bill. They can give you all the eye candy and eyewash you want about Nick Bosa or Kyler Murray. The only reason why they hired Cliff Kingsbury, let's not make any bones about it, gentlemen, was to go get Kyler Murray. Period. End of sentence. You can throw all the Nick Bosa out there you want. Well, Nick Bosa would have got me fired. No, I'm not buying it, Steve Keim. You knew from the get-go you were going to get Kyler Murray from the point when you hired Cliff Kingsbury. Am I correct on this big bank?
Well, Cliff was considered a quarterback whisperer, having Mahomes as well, and you know what Mahomes has done in the league, 2 Super Bowl rings. And, when we went to the owners meeting that one time, he was up there getting the chance to speak, and his claim to fame was watching Patrick Mahomes go through his drills and his progression and how he helped out with that. But with all that being said, that didn't pan out too well. As what happened with Cliff Kingsbury and being fired and let go because of, how I got hurt, games weren't going their way, had a terrible season, and you know what happens. This is a win-win now league. And if you're not winning, they're getting rid of you. So it didn't pan out the way he wanted it to because of that. But, we'll see what happens going forward and what they're going to do, what the new GM is going to do, what the new head coach is going to do. Again, he was adamant about, because I had the chance to meet the head coach, he was adamant about he knows who he wants at that certain slot, and he said he's going to get his man. So we'll see.
That man has got to be Will Anderson Jr., correct?
Yes, I said it before. I think, well, you know what? Let's go back. We lost, of course, Chandler Jones, which was multiple sacks. You just let Marcus Golden, even though he didn't have that incredible year he had before, but he was still something slated that you can depend on as an edge rusher. So he was losing all that. We don't lose Simmons as much in that role because he's more of that versatile player. So yes, we need somebody to come in with his size. Nowadays, those are the perfect sizes for edge rushers. They're not the biggest guys no more. They're the guys that can fly around the field and get around the offensive tackle to get to the quarterback. And they're tough. He played in a tough division, SEC. So I think he'll be prominent and then fit in and come in and fill the role right away. That's what I'm looking for him to do.
All right. In your estimation, then, will we see chaos tomorrow with trades being made, or is the talk of trades just all smoke from the GMs?
Chalk or chaos?
Yeah.
Chalk or chaos?
Oh, you know what? I think they do that shit on purpose. Excuse my French. I'm on radio, so they can't see me. I think they do it. I mean,
I agree.
Because you're looking for the element of surprise. Yep. Who is going to be? A lot of guys trade up. I shouldn't say guys. A lot of teams trade up trying to get their player that they have slated, especially if they need something. Especially if it's a quarterback, possibly a running back, possibly that D line that is knowing it's going to make an impact right away. Possibly sometimes it's an offensive lineman. Very rarely it's an offensive lineman, but sometimes it's an offensive lineman, especially if you need him to protect the blind side. And you're going to get that. We just don't know who's going to be the one doing it, but we know it's going to happen. It happens every year. Somebody come like, oh, you know what? Goodell come up there and said, so-and-so trade to New Orleans for the 15th pick. Now New Orleans on the clock. We know it's going to happen.
Banks, you're the freaking best. That's why we love having you on this show.
I just want to know, are you back to the Swisher Sweets? So you got an actual real cigar to light up there tomorrow.
Hey, you know what? Hey, Manuch, you know what? It was interesting. I had to do an event at the stadium yesterday, which was pretty cool. It was the marquee math competition,
right?
Presented by SRP. Only reason I'm saying that, so afterwards I had a little time. So I went to the cigar bar and grabbed me a cigar. So this guy said, because Ed Reed came in there during the Super Bowl and stuff, and I know Ed Reed too. He said, I got you a cigar that was made just for the draft. And so he gave me one. I said, I'm going to make sure I smoke this on the draft tomorrow, so don't have no problem. I was at the Ash Cigars in at Westgate.
Okay.
So
yep.
So I have an actual cigar.
Wow, that's some great growth for you coming from those Swisher Sweets from way back in the day, big fella.
That's great. That's great.
Oh, Banks, thank you, Banks. We love you, brother. We hope you can escort one rookie tomorrow to the bank. So Will Anderson Jr. and one Michael Bank can take him to the bank and put that bag in the bank, and then you can share that cigar, get him his own cigar after the draft, my friend.
We'll do. Hopefully they give us a chance to meet the new players like they did back in the day. He used to set us up with an offensive lineman, defensive lineman.
Yep.
Depends on who they were drafting. They went away from that for whatever reason. Hopefully they go back there. Because the old and the new, we always picking it back off of the old. That's how it is. And hopefully they'll understand that. If they do understand that, he'll have an incredible season because he'll be humble.
Thank you, Banks. You have a great day, pal.
All right, guys. You be blessed. Keep up the good work, and looking forward to tomorrow. It's going to be exciting.
It will be. Thank you, Banks. All right. That is always Michael Banks. Here on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on
He got a real cigar now.
A real cigar. Jeez. Here's a quick cigar story.
I was slip up there too. Is that fine going to the
that might make the Jacks rewind tomorrow. But that was great.
Friday, Jimmy. Friday.
Pardon me. Thank you. I love having Banks.
Now that'll make the rewind right there.
No, because I just said the wrong day. Thank you so much for that. Hey, when we come back, it's our Learn, Run, Roll one call. That's all. And it's next. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Fox Sports 9.
Attention listeners. April 27th is set.
With the first pick.
And our team is ready to break down the first round. Join Jay Glazer, LeVar Arrington, Rob Stone, and former Cardinals GM Steve Kai. Your NFL draft coverage is right here. All-day coverage till the first round kicks off at 5. Right here on Fox Sports 910. Listen for free on your iHeartRadio app.
Valley traffic from the Valley Toyota Dealers Traffic Center.
I-10 westbound is stop and go between the mini stack and 7th Street. 10 eastbound near 107th Avenue. There is an accident that's sitting off to the right. Also have a crash 64th Street at Cactus in Scottsdale and an incident 68th Street and Thomas in Scottsdale. That's a check of the roads.
This report is sponsored by Whole Foods Market. Up your spring recipes at Whole Foods Market. Animal welfare certified air-chilled boneless skinless chicken breast is just $5.99 per pound with Prime through May 2nd. From pasta primavera to pesto chicken sandwiches, your possibilities are endless. While supplies last, shop in-store or online. Terms apply.
Hey, it's Gross. Join me, Bauer, and Jackson every Saturday from 11 to 1 live from the Sportsbook at the CAZ Sports Bar at Casino, Arizona for Take the Points. Powered by the Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar.
Are you living paycheck to paycheck only to find yourself going backwards financially each month? Nobody wants to file bankruptcy, but at many times, it's the best choice. The credit industry wants you to believe that bankruptcy is bad and that it will destroy your credit forever, but that's just not true. In most cases, filing bankruptcy can improve your credit. At Lerner Rowe Law Group, our bankruptcy lawyers only work on bankruptcy cases, and we can file your bankruptcy with $0 down.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Truck season is going on now at your Valley Chevy dealers. Great offers going on now on trucks, SUVs, crossovers, and cars. See your Valley Chevy dealers for great deals happening right now during truck season, or visit valleychevy.com. That's valleychevy.com.
Jake from State Farm here to answer your what ifs.
What if I need a policy, but I just can't choose?
An agent can help you choose. At State Farm, we're there for your what ifs. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Call or go to statefarm.com.
I'm going to go with the boom room
I'm
call.
Byron Brown, the anti-lawyer lawyer. When it comes to your personal injury case, I'm straight to the point. I'll answer your call. No BS.
Byron Brown, the anti-lawyer lawyer. Call 1-800-ANTI-LAWYER.
Wait, aren't these all charitable donations?
At Magda's Tax Prep, every person
I'd rather
counts.
not have to file for an extension.
She needs new auditors to maximize returns on her family time.
On itemized deductions. Hey, can someone help with these 1099s?
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Our hiring platform instantly connects you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
It's the Lerner and Rowe. One call, that's all. Call of the day. If you're looking for a full-service law firm, just make one call. That's all. 602-977-1900. Lerner and Rowe, voted Arizona's best law firm.
See if I can find it. Let's see if I can find it. I haven't played that yet.
Booker on the drive, rising up and takes him to the boom room.
You're live.
Thank you to Valley Sports. K-Ray, you're our man. We are capitalizing on the boom room. It is awesome. That is indeed our Lerner and Rowe. One call, that's all. Just make one call, 602-977-1900. Interact, need a check? You can always go online as well, lernerandrowe.com. Get a free consultation. One call, that's all, 602-977-1900. Now, let's get to what's on tap.
All right, Rich, if you can't pour me a cold one back there, pop that bad boy. It's about that time, isn't it, Jim?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, fine little. I get a fine little lager, Roc and Manuch lager that's out there. Taste that a little bit. Hey, the D-backs currently, if you want to watch a replay of that at 6 o'clock, just turn your radio down for about 3 seconds. 1,001, 1,002, 1,003. D-backs, they win in the final 2-0, but you can watch that replay tonight. At the Diamondbacks at 6 o'clock on Valley Sports. NBA playoffs going strong, Jimmy. Game 5, Knicks at Cleveland. That'll be on 4 o'clock here in just a few minutes.
Yep.
That'll be on NBA TV. Game 5, the Heat at the Milwaukee Bucks, also on NBA TV. That'll be at 6:30 tonight. Western Conference, that's right. The Lakers and Memphis Grizz at the Grizz. That'll be on TNT at 4:30. And you got the Lakers leading that series 3-1, looking to close that bad boy out. Golden State travels down to Sacramento. TNT at 7 o'clock. That one all tied up at 2-2. 2-2. And looking at the conference quarterfinals in the NHL, the Eastern Conference, Game 5. You got Florida Panthers at the Boston Bruins on ESPN. That's going to come up here at 4 o'clock. And last but not least, in the Western Conference, Game 5, the Kraken taking on the Avalanche on ESPN. That's at 6:30 as that series is tied 2 games apiece. That's What's on Tap, brought to you by the Roc and Manuch Lager by Huss Brewing Company. Now available at the Tavern Grill in Scottsdale, 88th Street, east of Via Linda. Arena Sports Grill on Bell and 62nd Street. Upper Crust, Cave Creek Road and the 101 next to the Costco. In the CIZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona. Try it for yourself. That's the Roc and Manuch Lager by Huss Brewing Company.
All right, let's don't waste any more time. Here's our look again at the State 48 Roofing It's Your Call question of the day.
You can just go to @Roc and Manuch on Twitter and vote. Was Devin Booker's 25-point third quarter the best quarter you've ever seen by a Phoenix Suns team in a playoff game? You can answer yes, absolutely, or no. Barkley had many. Again, just go to @Roc and Manuch on Twitter. Right now, leader in the clubhouse. Yes, absolutely, 60%, and no, Barkley had many, that at 40%.
And no matter the roof that you have right now, just State 48 Roofing can do an amazing job, whatever your problems are. From a free quote, repair, or installation, you just need to check out State 48 Roofing. Fastest way to get a trained technician to your home or business, state48roofing.com. That's state48roofing.com, the home of the hashtag sexy roof status. Or if you're old school, like Manuch and I, you can always just call them.
Give them a shout.
At 602-527-8502.
And, a couple things that are very interesting leading into the draft, and want to thank Michael Bankston again in reference to him being the 4th-round pick in 1992. The scenario with one DeAndre Hopkins.
Yes.
We learned today from Pac-Man Jones on the Patrick McAfee show that D-Hop, his sources say, that D-Hop could be traded as early as tonight, tomorrow, and or Friday, and moving on to either, Buffalo or Kansas City, Jack?
Correct. Yeah.
That's kind of the latest.
Those are the two.
You know what, guys? Is it chalk? Jimmy, you mentioned, is it chalk or chaos? I think it's going to be chalk.
I'm with you. I was hoping for chaos because I love chaos. But to be honest with you, I don't think we're going to get it.
And I got to tell you what, I don't think there'll be any movement. The Cardinals would be absolutely knuckleheads, foolish, ridiculous, mentally irregular to trade down that 3rd-round pick. Number 3, go get Will Anderson Jr.
What if he's gone? What if Houston takes him?
Then you're going to have to take Jalen Carter or who's the other?
Tyree Wilson.
I think they trade down and get Paris Johnson.
There you go. I think if Houston pulls a fast one and does not take a quarterback and ends up taking Will Anderson, I think then that changes the scenario for the Cardinals.
I think that might make the only sense for them to trade down and get a couple extra picks. It'll be very interesting, and it'd be just like the Texans to do something
like that.
But guys, you win with defenses, right? That's you win championships with defenses.
I don't know if that's the case anymore.
No, it totally is. It totally is the case when you stop and think about it. The stops, the defense, the pressure.
If you can get a stop, but it's the offense that now, from what you've seen in the past Super Bowls, look what we saw. The defense couldn't handle the offenses for either Philadelphia or Kansas City in the Super Bowl.
Tomorrow will be at the Deer Valley location for the Twin Peaks. We'll get Scotty Williams to join us. Rick Hoare, the sports professor. Catch up with Howard Balzer from GoPHNX.com. Get his thoughts before the draft, which I think is going to start about 5 o'clock our time. Jimmy, you got the obligatory day off tomorrow?
I do.
What the hell are we going to do without you?
Oh, come on.
Hell, we'll have a good show.
I was just going to say, it'll probably be a fabulous radio program.
We'll see you Friday.
For Richie, for Jax, for Manuch, Rock, Jimmy. We had a great time today here at Wright Toyota. Just remember, right on the price on Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard in beautiful Scottsdale. See you tomorrow, everybody. Roc and Manuch.